Hi, this is Vogg from Decapitated, and you listen to FANTASM Podcast.
Phantasm.
What the fuck is up, and welcome to the Phantasm Podcast. I'm Corey Gorkreis, with me, Dr. Vincent West.
How we doing, man? How we doing?
Got a jam-packed episode for you guys. As always, we try to fucking bring it. We have a very special guest. Doctor, why don't you introduce our guest?
We have founder, guitarist, and remaining original member of Decapitated, Vogg, on the show today, and super excited.
Caught up with him on the recent U.S. tour.
Very early
killer
on
interview
for it, which was cool. So
very insightful interview. Talk about the history of the band. They have the new album Anti-Cult that is out on Nuclear Blast Records now. It's available wherever records are sold. You can buy it on iTunes digitally, however the fuck you want to buy it. Just pick up a copy of that record. Show them some support. The film we have, something I've been looking forward to for a long time. Something I'm sure the fans have been asking for and been waiting for us to review. What do we got for the film?
first of all, it smells like cat shit in here.
I think Satan dropped a loaf.
We have, speaking of something but this is definitely not shit. This is one of your favorites. This is the classic, The Beyond, which is also entitled what, Corey?
The Seven Doors of Hell. And it's Lucio Fulci. 1981. Came out in 83 in the U.S. So I don't know if we should do should we do the U.S. list for 83 or should we do the 81? I think 83 is something we haven't done too much. Let's see.
What the hell?
Oh, balls. Well, this film is definitely some of the goriest of Fulci's work. And it's the second film in the Gates of Hell trilogy, if you will. Of course. And Tootie's the Hound of Hell. We got City of the Living Dead and House by the Cemetery in that list as well. This has become, I'll say the print. This is the Grindhouse 3-disc edition. Blu-ray looks fantastic. Just in this, 1927 era shot here in Louisiana where they find the door or whatever, and they got the doctor in the scene or whatever, the crucifixion thing. This is pretty nasty. I mean, there's a lot of crazy satanic imagery in this film. This film's just crazy. It's something everybody needs to watch. Of course, they got the Book of Eben, which is what unleashes the gates of hell here. And this gets really intense. We'll do the list of 81 for movies. If you guys are just now following along on our Phantasm Podcast here, we always encourage you to, if you have a copy of The Beyond, whether it be the Blu-ray we're watching or DVD, VHS, you rip it off the internet, whatever you do. We got nice laceration of the face there already on the ungodly warlock, Dr. John here. We encourage you guys to follow along piece by piece on here. Pretty much, we're just your free audio commentary over the internet here. So, don't have to buy the Blu-ray if you already have it. Follow along. We appreciate it.
Watch it on DVD. Just join us.
Whatever you got to do. It's a lot of fun that way. Otherwise, you can just listen to us talk about a movie you're not watching. Some people do that too. You're on your work. You're fucking jacking off in the shower. You're jacking off in your sister's bed. Whatever the hell you do. There's another nice laceration. I mean, they're just chain whipping this dude, and already you got the Italian gore in full effect here. Very nice flesh ripping, which I say a lot on here, but we like to take you into the, if you haven't listened to us before, whatever year the film that we're reviewing came out, we like to set you in the mood of what else was coming out around this time. 1981 being when it came out in Italy. So we'll do movies 1981. For those of you who also don't know, I already have the 7 doors to hell open in my house, and the cat's from one of those doors. Oh, and there's a nice, we got a crucifixion going on here. Nice cement wall crucifixion, not your average wooden cross crucifixion. This is your classic basement wall crucifixion. Very nice. Got the guys in the cellar with the fucking stakes and the torches. Very nicely dressed, and they just, late night crucifixion. What the hell are you eating? Tuna's finding something in the couch to eat. And then there's that. They throw the acid on his face, and he's just melting away. Deteriorating. But don't worry, you see him later. But 1981, as far as, and we'll do this really quickly because we've done this a bunch, but I'll do some from 81 and some from 83. That way you got the best of both. You got what was going on in America when this was already out in Italy, and then we'll go to 83, what was out in the U.S. then. So as you see from Cannibal Corpses, from Skin to Liquid is we're seeing personified here. We'll just do the big titles in 81. We got Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Evil Dead, got The Cannonball Run, Halloween 2, The Howling, Clash of the Titans, Stripes, For Your Eyes Only, Scanners, Friday the 13th Part 2,
Raiders of the Lost Ark,
The Road Warrior, History of the World Part 1.
Wait, we're doing 81 or 82?
81.
Sorry.
Time Bandits, Wolfen, The Fun House, which is late and great Toby Hooper, Heavy Metal, Deadly Blessing, The Burning, which Doctor and I just got our Cavity Colors Burning t-shirts. 72-hour sale, guys. Probably by the time you listen to this, that'll already be gone, so be on the lookout for that on eBay. Thanks. Have a good night. The Doctor's favorite from 81, Escape from New York.
Such a great movie.
A film from a future Phantasm guest that we already got on here. We just have to put up the episode. Is American Werewolf in London, featuring David Naughton. Shout out to David Naughton for doing that. What a great guy. He's got a prolific career. His older brother, God, she's like Lucia Fulci. I can actually picture my cat crucifying me to my wall in my apartment. His brother worked with some great people in the film industry, and it's just a really nice guy to talk to. So that was really cool. So shout out to David Naughton, and be on the lookout for that. We go into 83, which I know we've done as well a couple times, but fuck it, we're gonna keep going with it. For 83, which is when this came out in the U.S., we got Sleepaway Camp, The Man with Two Brains, which that's coming back out on Blu-ray, isn't it? The Man with Two Brains.
It's never existed on Blu-ray. Warner
It's
Archives.
coming out though, right? Yeah.
I think it's out.
Is it? Okay, well, The Man with Two Brains, The House on Sorority Row, Never Say Never Again.
Which was I want to talk about that a second, just briefly. Never Say Never Again is a remake done by Kevin, the fuck that wrote it.
There's that guy. The painter's dead now.
He remade it because he wrote Thunderball. So all Never Say Never Again is a remake of Thunderball.
Yeah.
And the print of this is beautiful.
It is, and there's already been some lacerations and a crucifixion, all in one guy, same guy. And then now we got this painter dude just fucking fell on his back, and he's bleeding at the mouth.
Now, is this the third in the trilogy?
Second.
What's the third?
House by the Cemetery.
What's the first?
City of the Living Dead.
So I have the trilogy.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know it.
It's unofficial trilogy. Fulci never really made it like, yes, this is a trilogy, but it is.
Is this your favorite film from him?
Being as, I don't know, House by the Cemetery is pretty awesome. This one's definitely the goriest of his films. Yeah. I love Cat in the Brain, I really do. But that one's more of like a collective of all his other films. It's kind of like a New Nightmare style, where his films are coming to life and haunting him, and he thinks he's an actual serial killer.
Right.
Which, it's good, though. It's cool. And Grindhouse put that out, but the print doesn't look that good. Which I was pretty disappointed with, and I put a review up about that on the YouTube page. Well, I did the unboxing, but
that's when we first started doing this stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I really love it. It's Fulci, so I got it. But
so this came out in America in '83.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I was still going with that. So we got Never Say Never Again, and then we'll move on.
Can you name my favorite film from '83?
I think so. I'm getting to it. The Keep.
It's not a horror movie.
Okay. The Keep.
The Keep is one of my favorite movies ever made.
Oh, it's awesome.
Somebody put that out on Blu-ray.
Oh, yeah. Psycho 2. Strange.
That's my favorite
Brew.
Psycho film.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about you.
Oh, it's amazing. Strange Brew. Something Wicked This Way Comes. Monty Python's Meaning of Life. Crawl.
Love that movie.
Octopussy. So
Love that
I got
movie.
2 Bond films. Jaws 3.
I love that movie.
Sudden Impact. We got Superman 3.
Love that movie.
Stephen King's Dead Zone. We got Cujo. National Lampoon's Vacation.
That's it.
That's your favorite?
From '83.
Wow. Favorite one. Right.
I mean, not horror.
Yeah, from
that's
'83.
my favorite.
Yeah.
Like mine.
Videodrome. We got Twilight Zone, the movie.
It's great.
A Christmas Story.
I never liked that movie.
I watch it, but I'm not like, we have to watch it.
I never liked it.
That's more of a Miss Gorkreist thing. That's her tradition thing that I do with her.
Really?
I've never been a big fan of it. Here's mine. Trading Places. Love it. Terms of Endearment. The Right Stuff. Flashdance. The Outsiders. War Games.
I don't like any of those movies. I grew up with every bit of that stuff.
Risky Business, which I love.
I do like that one.
Scarface.
Love it.
Christine.
That
And my obvious favorite.
That's my favorite horror one, though, wouldn't it? So
That'd be mine,
Vacation, and then Christine's
be
my
mine
favorite
too
horror
for that year.
Okay.
And then name my favorite movie of '83.
Oh, it's easy. It's Return of the Jedi.
Damn right it is. Probably my favorite, besides Ghostbusters, my second favorite movie of all time. Return of the Jedi.
Good movie.
Everybody hates me for that, but you can go fuck yourself. It's
No,
the one
man, there's nothing.
It's the one that I like the most.
Okay, we've done the music stuff before, but I'm still going to do it.
Well, you do like I did, do some from '81, some from '83. Yeah.
We're going to start with '83.
Okay. Well, so Doctor's going to take us forward and backward in time, because that's what he does.
Okay, so and I'm listing stuff I like. I'm not listing. Okay, so Def Leppard, Pyromania.
Damn right.
Iron Maiden, Peace of Mind. Merciful Fate, Melissa. You Can't Stop Rock and Roll from Twisted Sister. Saxon, Power and the Glory. Black Sabbath, Born Again. Alcatraz, No Pro for Rock and Roll. Thin Lizzy, Thunder and Lightning. Crocus, Headhunter. Bark at the Moon from Ozzy Osbourne. Another Perfect Day from Motorhead. Rat, self-titled Rat, their EP, which I fucking love.
Hell yeah.
Pantera, Metal Magic, which I love.
That's great
Aldo
stuff.
Nova, Subject Aldo Nova, love it. Midnight Madness from Night Ranger. Sirens from Sabotage. Built to Destroy by Michael Schenker. Self-titled Fastway album. Making Contact from UFO. Kiss, Lick It Up. Hellhammer, Satanic Rites. Raven, All for One. Suicidal Tendencies, self-titled debut. The self-titled EP from Queensryche, which I absolutely fucking love. And you're going to say, oh, he didn't name everything. Well, I'm not claiming to. I'm just naming what I wanted to mention. And then
Yeah, you can hear it on the last '83.
my favorite two, and I've got to put the one that'll surprise most people, just a hair below, just because the other one was so pivotal on me as a child. Number 2 is Dio Holy Diver. It's not number 1. I gotta go number 2 with this because the number 1 record for me from '83 that changed my life, and it did. And people can laugh at me. I could sit here and tell you that Slipknot stole their logo for one of their members of their band, that Mick Fuck. A lot of bands stole from this band. This was the number 1 and first hard rock / heavy metal band to ever go to number 1 on Billboard. Quiet Riot, Metal Health, love it. Till the Damn Dead, love that iconic cover.
Yeah, it's nasty.
And
found the cassette.
The album was dedicated to Randy Rhoads, and that's my number 1 album of '83. Now we'll go back in time.
If you can't turn on Bang Your Head and not actually bang your head, then you got a problem. That's it. Metal.
And no disrespect to Ronnie, that's one of my favorite Dio records.
You would understand. That album's full of metal anthems, and so is Holy Diver, and it's right. So, but Mental Health, damn, that's.
Those are their biggest and best Quiet Riot record.
Great,
it's so good.
Record, man. You can't. It's essential. You can't do without it. You have to have it.
I mean, I love Holy Diver. It's right there.
No matter how extreme you say you are, you can call it whatever you want. But if you don't like that record, there's something wrong with you. If you listen to heavy music.
All right, now we're going to go to '81, which we've done before, but I'm going to do it again tonight. If my this internet keeps acting weird.
Toodle Bear. You're a tootie.
Metal albums, 1981.
Music albums frequently mentioned on the web include
I wanted to hear what she had to say. I think that's funny.
All right.
So you think about From Beyond, that's really, or From Beyond, The Beyond, is that the pace is, it's not slow like a lot of Fulci's films are. As much as I love Fulci, a lot of his films are very slow paced. They're very like cop drama-y, and they're centered around a swamp detective that smokes a lot of cigarettes. And this movie doesn't do that. It focuses on Liza here. And
all right, 81, the heavy metal soundtrack.
Awesome.
My favorite UFO album, The Wild, The Willing, and The Innocent. That's a fucking outstanding UFO album. Metal Priestess from the Plasmatics, Wendy O. Williams, goddamn love her. Beyond the Valley of 1984, the Plasmatics, brilliant. Love those. Sammy from Goatwhore, right there with me. Him and Ben love the Plasmatics, love fucking Wendy O. Williams. Def Leppard, High and Dry. Kiss, Music from the Elder. I don't care what you say,
I love it.
Not you, but people listening, they can fucking blow me if they don't like it. Sammy Hagar, Standing Hampton, probably arguably one of his best solo albums. Fire the Unknown Origin, the last good Blue Oyster Cult record in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh. And we got some eyeball gore here for the first.
Made in Japan, the rare live EP from '81. Motorhead, No Sleep Till Hammersmith, classic Motorhead lineup. Motley Crue, Too Fast for Love, love that record. Breaker from Accept, Renegade from Thin Lizzy, Denim and Leather from Saxon, Diary of a Madman from Ozzy Osbourne, Fair Warning from Van Halen, Spellbound from Tigers of Pantang, Mob Rules from Black Sabbath. And now we'll get down to my final pieces of this list that I absolutely, these are essential pieces, I think, to anybody's stuff. Everything I mentioned was, I like all these records. Breaking the Chains from Dokken, their first release.
Of course.
It's fantastic. Rush, Exit Stage Left, their tour for their classic Moving Pictures record. If you're into live records, it's pretty good, even though it's missing some of the top cuts. And my top 2 records for 1981. Top 3. Top 3, I've got it down to 3. Welcome to Hell from Venom is number 3.
It's getting good.
Number 2, For Those About to Rock, we salute you from AC/DC.
All right.
Saw that tour. And also saw this tour. My favorite album from this band, and my number one album of 1981, that's essential to any collection, Judas Priest, Point of Entry.
Goddamn right.
Can't go wrong with opening for Heading Out to the Highway, which is my fucking unbelievable goddamn song, especially live. So there you go. And no disrespect to any of the stuff I mentioned, but those are just my top picks for that stuff. I've been on a huge AC/DC kick this year, and I'm talking 83 backwards. So Flick of the Switch, the last album that Phil Rudd played on as an original member of that band, backwards. So, and actually, I'd like to announce on here that he's going to be an upcoming guest on the show. We have the original founding member drummer for classic AC/DC lineup. Phil Rudd will be joining Corey and I on this podcast in the next couple of months, so look out for that. Is it death metal? Doesn't have to be. It's goddamn AC/DC. One of the biggest rock bands in the world. We have their drummer coming on. Very excited about it. I love AC/DC. Anyway.
Yeah, I think they're it's the foundation of metal, and
you like to drink alcohol, listen to AC/DC.
It's party music. All they do is talk about doing drugs and fucking women. I mean, that's what it's all about,
You're not going to get a ballad from AC/DC.
No. They've always been who they've always been. They've never changed, and they never will.
So I got to put them at number 2 and Venom at 3.
It's appropriate, yeah. But
and of course we have Venom coming on this fall. Venom Incorporated, excuse me. Founding guitarist and drummer from Venom. Mantis and something or another, but enjoy. We'll have that on here for you. I can't remember their crazy names right now. I've had a long day and a shot in my ass today for my skin. So, but yeah, those are great records, man. Venom, Welcome to Hell, and AC/DC For Those About to Rock. A lot of bands couldn't come back and top something after Highway to Hell. Then they get Brian Johnson, they put up Back in Black, and then after that, and they do For Those About to Rock. I love that fucking record.
No, it's like nothing ever happened.
It's just good stuff. And
to lose.
but I'm super excited for Phil coming on here, and I put a lot of work into getting that interview. So Corey and I are going to be talking to him via Skype, and we'll probably be doing it late at night like this because he lives on the clear across the other part of the fucking world. Because I can prove this because I'm going to do this for you guys right now. Listen at home. The current time in New Zealand, because I don't actually know. We're getting ready to find out. Yep, we'll definitely be doing this interview at night. It's 6:03 p.m. in New Zealand.
Look at that.
Look.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll be doing this late at night. Probably at Wheelchair Fuckers.
Yeah.
Anyway, we ain't done one of those in a while. It'll be fun. You looking forward to it?
Yeah, we're going to do a late night.
And, of course, I got to do some shots of Jameson whiskey with Vogg and company. And
Vogg's a rock star. A lot of people don't know that, but totally is.
Rasta was really cool. They were handing me the Jameson whiskey while they played, and the rest of the bill for that tour is a dog shit, but it's all right. We had Decapitated. That's all I care about. I love that band, and he knows that. I said it in the interview. You guys listen to the interview. I told him I wasn't interested in anything else that was there except them. I came to do this, and he thanked me, and they thanked me by handing me whiskey, and the little deathcore fans left after Thy Fart Is Murder.
Thy Fart Is Limburger.
That's one. That's I have to say. That's Thy Fart Is Murder is one of the worst bands I've ever seen. That's right. Thy Fart Is Murder. It's one of the worst bands I've ever fucking seen. But it's just deathcore dog shit. I've stepped in stinkier dog shit on my shoe that had more value to me than that band. It was just dumb. It looks like a bunch of frat daddies with like some guy with like a wig on with a hoodie going roar, roar, roar. And those kids are in the audience going like this, going, God damn it, Dad didn't get me that new fucking Nintendo game. Fucking bastard. That girl didn't give me a French kisser, and I really want to fuck her new boyfriend because he's hot. Because I'm fucking metrosexual. Yeah! Anyway, So yeah, what a fucking sewer that was, seeing that band play and their fucking dumbass fans. The fucking turd of entrails through the fucking entrail of turds rather through the masquerade that night.
Jeez.
And then they all got decapitated. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Well, you know, you gotta warm them up for the real thing. So.
Well, you can tell the difference, kids, if you think that they wanted to tour those bands, because they're touring with fucking Creator in Europe, touring with Vader in Europe. It's like, yeah, they don't care about this shit, you know, and neither should you, you know. You know, we're Corey and I are going to go see 1349, you know, and I've been promoting it on the page, and you know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, the rest of the bill, I have no interest in it, but I just won't watch it. It's very simple. We'll be doing an interview during the rest of that crap.
Yeah.
You know, or eating a cheeseburger, or drinking a beer, or we'll be doing something else, making fun of wheelchair fucker, whatever the holiday inquires. But yeah. No, Vogg's great, man. It's great guy, and I hope people like the interview, and I was excited to interview him because I've listened to him since it came out, and
it's a huge
we
guest for us.
We had did a flashback. I thought I'd seen them with Cannibal. He's like, no, we never toured with Cannibal, and I was just like, okay, then I saw you with Incantation. He goes, yep, that's where you would have seen us.
It's crazy that we were done shit with Cannibal.
Nope, never happened. And then, of course, I brought up, if you've listened to the interview, where you got to see them on the very first Summer Slaughter, when Summer Slaughter was actually fucking death metal, not fucking.
Yep, it was them and Necrophagist and Beneath the Massacre and Cow Decapitation.
Was it still run by that same fruit?
I guess. Yeah, because they had those Sumerian bands. It was before they were really
Big.
popular. It was the Faceless. And this is the funniest thing in the world.
The Talentless, they're great.
Yeah, no, this is the funniest thing in the world.
The Sackless is great.
It was before Akeldama came out. So they had like 6 members on stage. One of them had like a red hoodie and a fucking keyboard. And it was just like the biggest clusterfuck. It looked like a high school talent show. And it was the Faceless before they were popular.
The Sackless.
It was
Sackless.
It's the Sackless. The Tasteless. They were just. It was a big circus. It was hilarious. I was like, who are these fucking geeks?
Oh, no, that dude's chest hair looks like my nuts.
I know. Looks like that dude's face. What was your name again? Anyway,
Exactly.
So they were terrible. And they opened. Beneath the Massacre was great. Arsis was there. Arsis was really good.
Whatever happened to that band? Did they break up?
I think James Malone, anyway. Carl Malone. He ended up. He's like, if it's brown, flush it down. If it's mellow, it's yellow. And he, I don't know what happened to him. I think he's doing another band now.
Let's look that up for people listening. Weren't they deathcore?
Necromancing the Sound.
Weren't they considered deathcore?
Arsis? No. They're like melodic death metal, I guess. I want to see what else he does now. That's where Ryan Knight came from. That was in. Used to be in Black Diamond. And James Malone. He's in
Monstrosity.
He's in like a super group.
How the hell is that considered a fucking? It says associated acts, Monstrosity, Malevolent Creation. Really?
No.
I don't fucking think so. Whoever wrote this must be the fruit that founded that band. I can tell you one goddamn thing: Malevolent Creation would never be on fucking Willow Tip.
Just the tip. God damn it. This is the crazy scene right here.
Well, they haven't had a record since 2014.
Yeah, I don't think they're banned anymore. Here's the nice acid scene that everybody loves about this film. Or she can just look on as her dead mom gets fucking acid poured all over her face. It's beautiful. I'd like to do that to a lot of people.
You know, Arsis was a Tony Rucker band.
Yeah. Was it?
He was always like, man, on a first goddamn
Fucking Airsus.
North Carolina, man. Saw that asshole.
Oh, I gotta tell you something I forgot.
I saw anus, man. They were fucking heavy, man.
I forgot about this, and you're gonna pee yourself.
Okay.
A real joke that you always make actually happened. Not to say that I'm sure it was a joke made by real experiences anyway, but I've never heard it myself, and it's hilarious. I had some guy in the pawn shop today talk about Star Trek, and he was calling it Star Trek. And he didn't have a tooth in his head. He was talking about how he's going to kill all the Muslims for 9/11. It's like, wow, if this isn't what me and the doctor talk about every fucking day and laugh about.
What were you going to tell me earlier when we were recording, Eric? I got something to tell you. It's real exciting.
Wasn't that it? I don't know. Look at that, you got the...
I don't know. I don't think that. I would
the-
imagine that was it.
You got the gore slushy here. Got the gore slurpee. The cherry. That's what it looks like. They just went to 7-Eleven and got they got a big gulp of a slushy, and they just like poured it.
That's very effective the way you did that.
She had a nice day at the morgue. Yeah. She had a nice
So
day
this
at the
whole
morgue.
movie is in New Orleans then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah,
Probably should have gave this to Gotor.
Yeah. The Italians.
Vogg is fitting with his foreignness and Mr. Fulci's foreign sickness.
Yeah.
But no, I thought there was something you wanted to tell me. I don't know.
I don't remember now.
I have no idea.
Shit.
Your guess is as good
It
as
was
mine.
something. It would have worked at the time, but that was too long ago. But yeah, how was the Decapitated set overall? I know you.
I absolutely fucking loved it. They didn't stop, and I think a lot of people need to realize something. We talked during the interview about how some people are really harsh. They've accused him of being deathcore, which I think's funny because I don't hear that at all. But what we were talking about that I thought was so interesting was that I don't think people realize what this man's been through. And I did not go into that with him because out of respect for him, as I was sitting, and I literally got choked up looking at it, on his left arm is the tattooed face of his brother.
Yeah.
So I didn't think it was appropriate for me to, ask him a bunch of shit.
No.
I just didn't think it was a good idea. So I didn't, out of respect for him. But the man rebuilt that band, and I really enjoyed it. The only thing that I was really disappointed with, and this is to no fault of Decapitated, and I didn't know this till I was talking with their tour manager, because Vogg didn't even tell me this. I didn't realize that a lot of those nights on that tour, even though it wasn't advertised this way to you and I, or even had the way we advertised it on our page, apparently Thy Fart Is Murder were the ones headlining most of that tour, which I think is sad because that band sucks. They need to go to Australia and stick a gun in their mouth because they're not fucking AC/DC, and they're not in excess. They're not any good band that ever came out of that fucking country, But yeah, it was just dog shit. When they told me that, I was really disappointed because I was like, wow, why would anybody want to? And he was telling me that the tour manager saying was, and I probably shouldn't be airing this on here, but I will anyway. But he was saying that I guess a lot of people walked out when Thy Fart Is Murder was done. So, and it happened. It actually happened in Atlanta. There were a lot of people that just left, and I was really surprised because I was like, why would you want to watch that? I mean, every song sounded the same. And on CD I've listened to, and it just kind of sounds like every other generic deathcore band. I don't really see any attraction. Their singer had his hoodie on, like it was on. He was just like, meow, 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 meow. And it was just really dumb. And the guys up there looked like they were just like, got to get this set over so I can put my hair in a fucking man bun, and grab me a fucking Indian Pale Ale. God, hear that? Oh, that's right. We don't know how to play leads. All we can do is play these fucking 12-string fucking tuned to dog butt. It's just fucking dumb. It was just really dumb. And I think the irony to me of it is, and he doesn't get any credit for this, Trey from Morbid Angel was the first person I saw use a 7-string guitar.
And tune it down to fucking Drop Satan.
Right. And then next thing you know, fucking Korn and all that crap came out. And then, Shit Not came out, and they stole from Mr. Bungle wearing all those masks. Mr. Bungle, by the way, for people listening, was a band Mike Patton was in it.
Mike Patton's good stuff.
Yeah, he was dressed up in all these crazy outfits and stuff, but it was more supposed to be like a goof and a circus, and they were all serial killers and clowns and shit and all this. And then next thing you know, which they totally did that, and Slipknot totally stole from that band. But my point being, I'm getting off track here, but I've never understood why.
It's shit fart.
I mean, I would be pissed if a label called me and was like, "Hey, we're gonna knock you and Corey to the fucking support act because Thy Fart Is Murder is more important for people to see." And literally, it was like these kids that never have brushed their hair.
Because the Indie Film IPA podcast is.
No, I'm serious. It's like, no, this is worse than any Mastodon or Ghost fan. This is like they used to listen to Avenged Sevenfold, then their friend played them this extreme album, and they literally look like these nerds that work and hang out at GameStop. They're like, wow, this is real fucking heavy. I'm fucking extreme. I'm gonna buy a fucking t-shirt. I'm gonna go home and steal the records off Pirate Bay. It was just like, it was awful. It was like a Whitechapel crowd. It was just awful, man.
Yeah, it's the same stuff as these young kids.
It was awful, and it's like, and those same people, you know what? Can you? I'm going to go ahead and tell you. You tell me what shirt they were fucking wearing. Everybody that was there, it's like, oh man, did you see Ring of the Thousand when they were here? Oh man, they were so great. He was just like. Didn't get my Nintendo game. Yeah, I'd rather blow my fucking brains out than listen to that dog shit. Oh, and just I never said this. I wanted to go ahead and put this out there too. At Summer Slaughter, I didn't watch any band play except Origin. I just didn't want to. I like doing interviews. Don't like watching the show. Decapitated, I love Decapitated because if anybody was there and saw me, I was up on the stage drinking with them. Well, stage left, but I was still drinking with them. It was fun. I love the show. I thought it was great. I bought a shirt. Then Vogg, it was just great. The whole thing was great, and they were super nice to me, and Vogg was really nice to me, and the band was when they were playing, and because I didn't interview them or whatever, because if people are wondering why that, I didn't feel like it was necessary to bring new members of that band, even though they've been in it for a while now. It's still not the band and stuff, and you'll hear, if you're a classic fan of the band like Corey and I, you'll hear in the interview that the original the first vocalist had done some reunion shows with him and stuff, and he got up on stage and done some nasty ass shit with him. And Wheelchair Fucker was playing me some of that man's band. He has a band, I guess a death metal band that he's had for a while now, and I got to hear some of that. It's not bad. I like his vocals. The music sucked, but whatever. Sort of a little plug for that. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was great, man, and I had to go through a lot of trouble to get that interview, so it paid off. It was worth every penny. I was happy to get to do it. Instead of having an actor that Corey and I love get an interview we've got set up ruined, and then him tell us basically to go fuck ourselves, and then we die in a fucking traffic accident because of the world's ending because there's black moons and fucking tidal wave crashes.
Something like that.
It's just every day I wake up, it's like, oh, we're going to get nuked by North Korea, or the fucking world's going to end. There was literally a liberal on, and I normally, but I got to mention this because it's so fucking stupid. She literally was blaming Donald Trump for the floods in Houston, which I think's funny. It's like, he's a fucking idiot, but you can't. That's kind of stupid.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I fucking hate I hate Peyton Manning, and I hate the fucking, there's a lot of things in this world I hate, but it's like I can't blame him for my life being a pile of shit,
No. It adds to it, I guess. But
Sure.
can't blame them. They're doing their thing.
But it's, whatever. It sucks, but people are goddamn stupid, but...
You can blame thy fart as murder for Houston.
And the rest of that bill, it was all like, we've got our iPads and our man buns and our IPA beer.
Yeah.
It's a cherry wheat cream. And I literally wanted to just take it and be like, and just bust it over their fucking head and then stab them in the goddamn neck with it and watch them bleed out. That's what I wanted to do to those fucking opening bands. It was just dog shit. I mean, I've never heard anything so fucking stupid in my life. That Fallujah, Faluji, Flahaja.
Falafel.
There's another one everybody's walking around going, it's like, man, did you pre-order that goddamn Destiny 10 at GameStop? Fuck yeah, man. Hey, Corey, you can get that Destiny 2. Did you get it? Did you see Faluji? I mean, what a horrible, horrible, horrible band. It's that same stuff. So it was fun to watch Decapitated decapitate the rest of the bands and their fan bases in public. They're just like, I've got to go. I got me a that furniture hoodie. I'm going to go play Destiny 2. It's like, yeah, I want you to die in a car wreck too. And do me a favor, make sure you bleed out everywhere. That way you get your fucking nasty DNA all over the fucking car. Fucking troll. Yeah, and fuck Destiny too. You crashed my goddamn Friday the 13th servers last night, you pricks. Anyway, it's fucking stupid. It's the truth. It did. It's one of the things that guy said. Is that when Destiny 2 came out, it's like, well, I don't fucking care about that fucking game. If I'm paying you for monthly service, I should be able to fucking use it.
New fake, new bagless.
It's like, hey, no, me.
It's just so typical and so dumb. And I had a group of people
Crucifixion
that I had been playing Friday the 13th with.
Crucified.
And I got completely shaft because everybody's got to get that big day. You like him bomb do Destiny 2? No, I'm good. Thanks. I'd rather fucking blow my brains out than play that fucking game. It's an online shooting kind of like Halo. Yeah, no thanks. I'm good. No, seriously, really, I'm good. I'd rather blow my fucking head off. But yeah, whatever. People can like whatever they want, but Decapitated was cool. The rest of that bill, it's the same thing. The 1349 thing. The rest of that bill's dog shit. But whatever. Go see the bands I want to see, the interview I want to do, and
You go see what you like. And
well, it's like you go to your horror convention, and we'll get into some of this here for people listening. I'll ask you some questions about that, but it's not like you went and did an interview with everybody there. You didn't walk up to some fucking asswipe that you didn't want to fucking have on our podcast and be like, "Hey man, you want to do an interview?"
Yeah, and I didn't go to every.
You ain't Destiny 2? You like that fart is murder?
I didn't go to every.
Did you get the bagless new CD?
I didn't go to every panel, and I didn't go to. I went to one panel. It was very eye-opening. It was a Friday the 13th panel. And it was very fun. Initially it had Kane Hodder and Williamson Gillette. That was the unmasked Jason from Part 2, and it had C.J. Graham.
Nice.
From Part 6. And then Derek Mears was really late, but he showed up in dramatic fashion, and it was really funny because they were all picking on him whenever he finally showed up.
Wonder why he was late.
Well, he was just at his table because he came in and he was like, well, it would have been great and all And then my agent was like, you're supposed to do an interview. And he was, you're supposed to do a panel right now. And he was like, oh, when? And he was like, right now. And he's like, oh, well, that would have been nice to know, like 20 minutes ago. So that was a lot of fun. And
now, what kind of reception did he get? I know a lot of people. I like the Friday the 13th from 2009.
Oh,
I know
everybody went ape shit. They loved it. And he's such a nice guy to be around. And he never sits at his booth and just like sits there like he's up and he's walking around, and he's really interactive with the fans, and he's loud and he's into it. That's what you want when you meet these people.
Have you met him before?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's talk about this for a
He's
second.
a big motherfucker.
Let's talk about this.
He was the first guy I ran into at the convention. Like, I was still putting my stuff in the room, and in the lobby, like when I'm trying to find like the elevator.
Louisville?
Yeah, when I'm trying to find the elevator. A big motherfucker comes through and just like he's walking out with like a like gym clothes on and fucking headphones, and he's got like a power bar, and it's fucking Derek Mears walking. It's hilarious. And of course, I didn't bother him. He was in his work mode. He was probably using the facilities to work out. He's a big dude. And there was a funny moment where I talked to Bill Moseley and Kane Hodder outside. I gave him the Doctor's Exorcist 3 gift unopened, which if you guys listen to the Kane Hodder interview that the Doctor did, he promised he would bring him that, and I will let you guys know that I personally delivered it to him, and he was much appreciative. I also gave him a 1800 silver bottle of tequila, just a little shot and a half. And then me and Bill and him rode on the elevator together up to our rooms, and that was really fun. That's the little things about the conventions that make it cool, is whenever you get little moments like that where it's just you and Bill Moseley and Kane Hodder in an elevator, and both of those guys are characters, because Kane is just in your face, doesn't give a shit, and he's giving Bill shit for all kinds of stuff. And
do you think maybe you should have told Bill that we did that interview with Phil? Maybe he would have done the interview.
Yeah, I never asked him. I think he would have done it. He's not a closed door. He's a pretty open-minded guy, and very insightful, very cool to talk to. You're just bullshitting with him outside. He's a very knowledgeable guy, very fun to talk with. Has a good sense of humor.
They were sitting beside each other at that con that you worked at that time.
Yeah.
When I came over there to meet.
HorrorCon,
yeah.
Yeah, Bill's very cool. But yeah, I'd like to get him on. He's still doing the Bill.
Did you see Pig Haig?
Yeah, he was next to him. They're always pretty much together. Yeah. But yeah, Derek's cool. So on the Jason panel, some fan, he was being a typical white trash horror fan, where he was just, like you're supposed to ask them questions or whatever when you get the mic, and he was just rambling. He was like, man, I just want to say that,
I'll tell you what, Yins,
Let me
Yins.
tell you, man, Yins Jasons are the best Jasons, man. You guys right there,
Yins,
Kane,
Yins, not you,
because Kane
Yins.
was in those Kane movies, and then William Ting, man, you whatever, man, you're cool. And then he was like, fuck Steve Dash, and I thought that was funny. This guy was just like, you guys are the real Jasons, and because you're real Jasons, you guys are the real Jasons, so I just want to say, fuck all the other stuff, man, and the other Jasons. And then he was like, fuck Steve Dash, and all the other Jasons laughed their balls off.
So he's rude to everybody then.
Even to the other Jasons. I think he has like an ego about it. Him being like the first actual Jason that's killing people or whatever.
But he's not. That dude you met with the band technically is.
Yeah.
And created by Savini, so he can actually eat a fat dick.
Yeah. But the other Jasons were laughing their balls off, and then he was like, seriously, fuck Steve Dash, and then...
Of course, the Klansman Jason, of course, he's not going to like you.
Yeah. But the other, you can tell there's something going on, and then Kane and CJ both elaborated on, Steve Dash thing, and very subtly, but you could tell that the relationship between him and the rest of the Jasons aren't very good. And with the way he treated me, I'm sure that the other Jasons, I'm sure he treats everybody the same. Ew, and there's all those spiders. Might not want to look right now. Ugh. That's most people's hell. It's just tarantulas slowly walking towards your unconscious body. A lot of great shots, you know, of the spiders. That's a fucking big ass tarantula too. Jesus Christ. Ugh.
Now, did you, just to ask you this, and we're going to actually, I'm going to kind of jump around here. To recap, the Days of the Dead cons you've been to this year, you went to Atlanta, you went to Indiana, which is a toilet. It is, it's a fucking Colt's toilet.
Yeah.
It's a Manning sewer.
You know what it is? The whole Indiana is like that show American Pickers. That's like the entire state of Indiana. That show is a fucking
I hate
That's
that
the
fucking
entire
show.
state of Indiana.
We found this old rusted piece of shit, and I'm gonna give him $2,000 for it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna fuck over. I don't know if I can give you. And that show makes me want to blow my fucking brains out.
That's
my dad
like what I
watches
do
that
for
show.
work. Everybody watches that show and they come in thinking they're American Pickers.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I'm like, this is a piece of shit. I don't want that. And they're like, man, it's going for like $300 on eBay, man. And I was like, yeah, well, guess what? It's going for nothing here. We're gonna take it.
Have a good day.
Yeah, and then they walk.
I'll give you $0.25.
Fuck you. No, they walk out and do
Tonight on Tennessee Pickers.
They walk around doing their mealy mouth bullshit when they leave, and I'm just like, bye. And they're like,
Tonight on Tennessee Pickers.
Tonight on Butt Pickers.
Tonight on Tennessee Jiggers.
Yeah, and there's some spider gouging. There you go. You don't really see that too much unless you're watching Arachnophobia.
It's
Or
interesting.
get to see spiders eating flesh and stuff.
What I was going to say.
Obviously,
Give me the worst guests from Atlanta, Colt's Toilet, and Louisville Inbred.
Steve Dash by far. It's the worst.
No. I know he's the worst. That's from Indiana. I'm saying from each convention. I need the worst from each one.
Oh.
Who was the rectum from each convention? Let's start with Atlanta. Or do you want to do the most recent one first? It's up to you.
Let me think of Atlanta. Who was at that one? The whole thing in Atlanta was a rectum. I didn't really like it at all. The convention's not very good there. It's pretty much dead the whole weekend.
But I mean, was there a guest that was rude, or I know somebody tried to kill your dog there. That was the one where somebody tried to kill the dog, wasn't it?
No. That was that Mad Monster. Somebody got really pissed off at him.
Bag Monster? Yeah, I've never been to
these
that.
spider killings. Jesus.
So nobody was an asshole in Atlanta.
I'm trying to. I gotta.
Okay, what about one then?
Hang on, I gotta pull up the Atlanta thing.
Besides Steve Dash, who was a rectum in Indiana.
Gash, yeah, he was the only one really. Because usually at conventions, there's always like one cocksucker, and then it's not like multiple ones. Thank God, where it's like he was mean too.
And he literally told you to fuck off.
Yes, verbatim. He said, "Now why don't you fuck off?" He's like, "You know what? There's nothing you can ask me that I haven't already been asked." So I was like, "Okay." And he was like, "Yeah, I just don't like podcasts. I think they're fucking stupid. They're fucking dumb." And I'm like, "All right, well, why don't you make one?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, we can just do the interview. That'd be great because you told me you would do it." He's like, "Yeah, and why don't you fuck off?" I was like, "Okay." He's a fucking cocksucker. It was pretty bad.
You should buy expensive because they had a wave of these Wop Rags did. Wop Rags had a fucking... Oh, let me explain why I'm mad at them right now. So the It T-shirt, if you bought it, the proceeds went to help people in Texas. So apparently, where we live here in Florida, can just get flushed down the fucking toilet.
Yeah.
But it's okay as long as Texas survives for them cowboys. So right now I'm kind of done with Wop Rags.
Oh yeah, here's the other thing in Atlanta that happened. This was an absolute nightmare. This is what made it the worst one of the year. And because it was so bad, we ended up going to Indy. Indy's the best one by far.
Really, it was the best.
Mm-hmm. And Louisville was just kind of boring. I should have just stayed at home and fucking pulled my pud. But at least we didn't run into any guests that were rude.
It was like you drove to Fanboy. I didn't understand. I was like,
no, this is.
It was nothing but
down the street and fucking took a dump. Could have went to Arby's and fucking took a dump.
No, I mean seriously, it was just like
it's like you paid
I just didn't understand.
to meet
You're just like,
can
I have my press pass? And then you're just like,
well, here's the thing on that one.
Welcome to Fanboy Louisville.
So I don't know, with Louisville, it wasn't, the guests were great. We didn't have an issue with the guests at all. But the people that were there were awful. You can only imagine.
In
Kentucky.
Louisville?
God. They're just weirdos. Like, you're at a horror convention and somehow you find normalcy and it's the weirdest thing on the planet. They're just like, you people are weird. It's like, what? We're at a horror convention. I don't know what you expect out of this.
Yuns is weird.
Yeah, Yuns is weird. Like, they look at you like you have 5 heads. They're like, aren't you here to meet people?
But I think what you got to do there was really cool, but it's one of those looking.
It's always
at
a price to pay.
It was
you
just
swim through a river of diarrhea to get 15 minutes with somebody. I'm sorry, 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
It's just like.
Well, let's talk about that though. But no, Indy was more of a toilet for that though, wasn't it? Where it's just like
no, Indy was fine. If it wasn't for Steve Dash, that would have been perfect.
No, but I thought the interviews there sucked. You even said
there's only one interview because all the other people told me to fuck off, so I kind of stopped asking.
Who dissed you there besides Steve Dash?
He was the only one, but I kind of was like, all right, I'm not asking anybody else. And there was really nobody else that I wanted to interview. Kane was busy with all kinds of stuff, and we got that set up for you to do, and that was great.
Yeah.
But really, there wasn't any guests there I wanted to ask. We already had Ken. Ken was just there to hang out, and Saturday night, everybody's getting fucking loaded at like 4 a.m. You got John Russo out there with like young bitches. I don't know what that's about. I mean,
was that in Kentucky?
He fucking sits there and licks ice cream off his face. He doesn't do shit. He's not getting. No one's coming and buying autographs from him. No offense, but I mean, let's be realistic here. That's Indiana right there.
Yeah,
it's just a fucking sink full of hair and fucking fleshy poop.
But I just it's.
But Indy was at least fun, and other than Steve Gash, I didn't have any problems there. People being weird.
But the guests at that one were weird. It's like, why would they put better guests?
Mm-hmm.
This is something I don't understand. Indiana's in the middle of fucking nowhere. Why would you put better guests in Indiana than Atlanta?
Because Indiana's where it came from, that convention.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's why.
And it's bigger, though. I mean, there was 10 times bigger than the other two.
Well, if it started there and that was the only place it used to be, then there you go.
That's pretty nasty.
But I mean, that looks like Fulci, actually.
It does. But here's the thing with Atlanta that made it a nightmare. For the sheer fact that there was like nobody there. It was boring.
Is it at the same one every year?
The Sheraton, yeah.
You've been to that multiple times, haven't you?
That's only the second time I ever went. First time was pretty cool. But this time it was just, I don't know.
Have they announced guests for the next year?
Not yet. They're doing the Chicago one now, which we were considering going to, but You know, it's in November and the weather's going to be shit.
Who are the guests there?
Trying to remember.
I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you, and if you don't mind me playing devil's advocate here, there's never any of these conventions where I'm like, oh my God, I've got to go.
Mm-hmm. Well, we don't really go for the guests. Like, there's no good guests. I mean, there's Andrew Robinson from Hellraiser, which is pretty awesome.
He was Garrick on fucking Deep Space Nine.
I've already met Jeremy Bullock.
On Star Trek.
I've already met Jeremy Bullock and got that shit. And Dee Snider I've already met. Daphne's Zuniga. Like, I don't care about that.
Who's that?
Spaceballs. Like, who cares? Who gives a fuck? You know, Horror Hound's killing it right now. But that's like this week, so I can't do that. It's mainly just to go because we like being at the conventions, but the vendors suck for Louisville. Like there was nobody selling Blu-rays. No, none of them.
Really?
Mm-mm. A lot of people passed on going to this one.
Really?
Yeah, right, Indy. To do other stuff.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. And you know, I was already tapped out by Saturday. I was like, I don't even want to buy shit. You know. But Atlanta was a nightmare because it was dead all weekend. Nobody was like friendly and hanging out. And then Saturday, they had the Stranger Things kids there. So you can imagine all the cesspool that dragged in. People that have never been to horror conventions don't care about horror conventions. Showing up there because of that fucking Netflix show. Ruining the convention. These are like normal, like church-going people show up to this horror convention with their children wearing those stupid Stranger Thing hats from Hot Topic. And it's nothing but those people. There's no normal convention-going people that were like they watch horror movies. It's all these like straight-laced fucking Sunday driver people. It's just
Hicks and bigots.
Ruined it. Yeah, Trump supporters. Just ruining it. And that was all of Saturday. Because me and Mrs. Gorecrest had a photo op for them to do the Stranger Things thing. And we were waiting in line for it, like most of the goddamn convention. And, you know, there just wasn't that much good guests there for that one.
People just being weird.
That's not the organizer's fault. That
No.
the people that come in there aren't easy to get along with, and the crowd that's there that weekend aren't friendly or want to party or hang out. Although I did Saturday night do a pretty bitchin' hotel party that was really cool. That was the only saving grace of that event. But Mrs. Gorecrest
Is it a private
was
one?
asleep. No, they publicly put it up on Twitter and all kinds of stuff, but I heard people talking about it because Mrs. Gorecrest passed out super early at like midnight. And I was like, I'm not going to bed. I'm trying to...
Were there any stars at that?
No, it was just like a hotel party, just fans or whatever. People hosting it or whatever. So one of the guys actually ended up being from, Tennessee, where we're stationed at sometimes. And he was super nice, and met this couple that were actual morticians, and they were dressed very nicely. They looked like Addams Family kind of thing.
These are people you went to the Indiana Con with.
No, these are just people I met just at the hotel party. Yeah, I'd never met them before in my life. Can't tell you their names. Don't remember shit. We just partied with a room full of people for like an hour, and then just left. And
see, you're good in situations like that. I don't do well. I don't play well with others. I don't. They were trying to get me to go back there. This is important to disclose this on here to everybody listening. Rasta was trying to get me to go back there with the rest of those bands, and I was like, no, I'm good. I don't do man bun. That's exactly what I told him. And then I thanked Vogg for his time, and I walked out, and I was pretty shit-hammered.
Yeah.
And I just ignored everybody else that was out there. I didn't fucking give a fuck.
It's good for me at convention, especially if Miss
I just don't, I'm there for a reason,
sleep.
and it's just kind of...
If she goes to sleep, I'm not or passes out or whatever at those conventions if it's like Friday night or Saturday night, See, when we were in Louisville, we went to bed at like midnight every night. We just like passed out, went to bed. We didn't hang out all night because there wasn't anything to do. Nobody was hanging out. Like in Indy, it's famous for the hotel parties and
people having a good time.
People just being everywhere.
Yeah.
Like if you go downstairs or go out of your room, there's going to be people walking around. There's going to be people in the hallways hanging out. There's going to be parties going on in other rooms. You're going to walk outside to smoke. There's going to be like a million
You're walking on
outside.
people fucking.
Yeah, maybe it's like a society thing where they're all like...
Are you serious?
No. It wouldn't surprise me.
You're like, no.
Yeah. But I think that's Dr. Fraudstein from House by the Cemetery. I don't remember. There's so much shit in these movies. It's my senile dog. When an Indy,
whatever they've got on her eyes is disgusting.
It is. You walk outside and there's a huge party outside, and it goes on all night till you're like, all right, guys, I gotta go to bed.
But now, to tell people listening, you're friends with one of the creators or the creator of it?
I won't say friends with, but I'm in contact with him. He's got a lot on his plate 24/7 with these. So,
how many of these does he do a year for the convention?
Let's see. There's Atlanta, Louisville, Indy, Chicago, LA.
When's the LA one?
It's in like March, I think. Oh,
it's probably got a lot of good stuff, doesn't it?
Is
the LA one have
material spurting?
Does LA usually have the best stuff?
Yeah. That's a dog fucking.
Is this the end of this movie?
I think so. Oh shit. She gets annihilated by her own dog. No, the cons are definitely worth checking out, and me and Mrs. Gorekreis went through basically a whole tour. We went to 3 straight cons of theirs, which we've never done that many in a year. I've never done that many in a year.
Does she have fun at them?
She does. She likes buying, dead stuff, like taxidermy shit, and she likes to just buy this stuff. She really enjoyed meeting Gary Busey, as did I, and Tuna. That was a lot of fun. So, she doesn't really get autographs or meet people. She's more, she just likes to buy stuff, and she had a lot of fun at the Friday 13th panel. We usually always watch the costume contest, but we didn't this time. But you got to pay attention to those conventions when the vendor floor closes, because they're different, Like, we were in Indy, I think the vendors were open later on the second day.
To Corey, go fuck yourself, Ace Frehley.
Whereas in Louisville, the vendors were open till like 10 or 11 on Friday, and on Saturday they closed early as shit. So like 7. So it doesn't seem like it's early, but if you're there all night looking to be up all night, you want to be able to do stuff, but all you can really do is go outside, find a hotel party, go to like the restaurant bar in the hotel and spend $1 million, or you can just go back to your room and fucking go to bed. So
this is my vibe from, and I haven't been to a horror convention in years, but when I've been at conventions, my vibe that I get from 95% of the actors or wrestlers or horror actors or musicians, whatever the hell they are that are there, they don't want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I've never gotten a vibe from anyone I've met personally that they wanted to be there.
Of course they don't want to be there. It's basically like me being at work. It's like, do I want to be here? Fuck
yeah, but it's even more different than that. I feel like a lot of them, like and I'll mention this, Chris Sarandon was kind of a douchehole when I met him. He was really, it's like he was beneath it, but he's there doing it because he's broke and a has-been.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the truth. He's a fucking has-been.
Well, he's got Disney money. He doesn't have to do these conventions. But
No, but what I'm saying, though, is it's
that
still...
dude's paid off for life anyway.
But he's doing it for some reason, because he's fucking... Do you know what I mean? It's still...
He spent it on Activia. And
Well,
medicine.
all I know is he was kind of a dickhole. I mean, honestly, like, I treasure that autograph like I do toilet paper I flush. I just don't... It doesn't mean anything to me. You know, and that's one of the reasons I don't really... It's true. It's like, you're a fucking joke. Your ex-wife is way bigger than you'll ever be. And she doesn't do conventions, and she totally could for that Rocky Horror stuff, and she don't fucking do that. But my point is it's like they're embarrassed they're there, is the vibe I've got off of them.
Yeah.
I got that vibe off Dustin Diamond. I got that vibe. I mean, there's not one person.
Well, if you really think about it, though, if you think about what they're, from their perspective, what they're doing, it fucking sucks.
Yeah, they're humiliated.
Well, I wouldn't want to sit here and meet all these fucking redneck tards all day long. Like, it's one thing if I'm taking their money, like, for their stuff, but it's just like, what print do you want, man? What's that movie right there? Do that one. Okay, let's do that one. It's like, why are you paying for it if you don't know what the fuck it is? Like, I'll stand behind people waiting in line, because, of course, the person that's right in front of me is, like, right before I'm like, yeah, I finally get to be here and talk to him or whatever. And the guy in front of me is the one that talks for 30 minutes that has nothing to say. He's just rambling and talking to this fucking asshole.
Except Steve Dash, where he's just like, tell that weasel to fuck off.
I would rather get that and be done with it than wait behind some fucking retard that doesn't know what they're doing.
Oh, God.
Man, I saw that Frightmare, Chris, and that, man, let me tell you, that movie changed my little son that has cancer's life. It's like, can you get the fuck out of here?
No, but what
I
mean
man,
is that I get it, but it's like...
I just want to say, man, I just bought the Blu-ray. I upgraded to a Blu-ray, and I got that UK DVD limited region free, man, of that Frightmare. It's, you know, I just really like Night Before Christmas. My wife, she likes that Frightmare too, and you know, we just got those movies the other day.
People
man.
get up there, they don't know what to do, they're nervous, and then
Well, I'm not.
the guest gets uncomfortable. No, I'm just saying, but it's the whole thing is a shit show. It's why I don't go to it. I mean, it is to me. It's a fucking sewer. It's it's cool.
Just, man,
I get it, but it's still just when. And then they're pissed off by the time you meet them. Like Elvira was a complete twat to me and Julia. She was just an old cunt.
That's
and
the thing about
I love her.
conventions.
But she is an old cunt.
Now, conventions here, though, that's probably the worst. Like, imagine just what you don't hear people say. Like, I'd be a prick, too, the next person I talk to after some of these morons that we have here. Man, I'm fucking drunk. It's 2 p.m. Here's $100 for an autograph. And they're just like, thanks, you fucking idiot. And they're like, man, I saw you in that movie that you're here for promoting. Okay, cool. Man, we saw that movie on Redbox the other day. It's just like, God.
No, but it's not even. It's just there. But it's a train wreck.
It's a lobotomy for them because they used to get paid like $25,000 to do a fucking role, and now they're here getting $25 for Jethro to tell them that he saw him at Redbox. It's just like, wow.
I know, but I don't feel sorry for them when they're you know, no one made them come. If you have no people skills, like Sam Jones has no people skills.
He's got rectal skills.
He's just a fucking asswipe. It's like, wow, you were in 2 Ted movies. You're going to be in Ted 3? I can't wait. The only person that cares about is that wheelchair fucker because he's a fucking idiot. Smack the ends right upside the head. But I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. I get really put out with it. And when you come at, like, I'm going to tell you one right now you've never met. Corey Feldman is a douchebag.
It's also like
He's a fucking douchebag.
It's also like a god-humping.
He's a fucking midget douchebag. He is. He's a fucking troll. I mean, I remember he was here. It was like years ago down in Florida, and he was at this con, and I was there with this chick. I was friends with her, whatever, and we were standing there. He was just like, I'm actually in Goonies. He's sitting there telling somebody in front of us this, and I was sitting there going, what the
I'm actually in line about to go home.
No, but it was just, it was just so weird. And I remember...
He was like boasting himself or the stuff. It was like...
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you another one. And I mean, I hate that he died. I'm a huge fan. Adam West was a fucking cocksucker.
He was. He was an old fucking...
He was a fucking...
old fucking ass clown.
He was a fucking cocksucker. And I'll tell you another one.
He was a pole
Everybody
smoker.
knows... We're just going to talk...
He's notorious for being a pole smoker, though.
Here's you another one that was a fucking asswipe. I was standing in line. I mean, just an old asswipe.
Lee Majors.
Well, I'll get in. I've got into that before on here. I'm trying to tell you some stuff I've never told. No, fucking Walter Koenig that played Chekhov. What a douchebag.
Yeah.
He's just an old douchebag. And then right beside him, just fitting enough. And I'm going to tell you what. You want to talk about the rudest, arrogant. I mean, I literally want to break Ron Glass from fucking Firefly and the movie Serenity, the closure to that story. Ron Glass and I were sitting there having a conversation. Hell, Ron Glass was on fucking Barney Miller. He was also on fucking tons of episodes of Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
Star Trek fucking Voyager. We're standing there just having a heart-to-heart. I fucking love him, man. He was so fucking cool. Wouldn't take money from me. Literally was like engaging with me.
Yeah.
And he was sitting beside Billy D. Williams. What an old fuck.
He's a bastard.
He is the rudest human. And they had him dressed like Lando Calrissian. And what was funny was when he stood up,
It depends where I...
he was like, he goes, "You need to get him out of here because he didn't pay for my autograph fee." Ron goes, "He's talking to me, you prick. Why don't you go get on the Millennium Falcon and fuck off?" Right in front of me. It was priceless. He told him to go get on the Millennium Falcon and fuck off.
Why don't you go to Millennium, fuck off, and go fuck off?
I just thought it was great. He's like, no, it was wittier than that. He basically told him, he's like, "Why don't you go back to fucking Cloud City, you prick?" I mean, because Ron knows his sci-fi, you know. But Ron just told him to go fuck off because nobody was there to see Ron. And we were standing.
Alter the deal with Vader. Pray it doesn't happen again, you prick.
Yeah, we were just sitting there talking, you know. And he was just being a fucking asswipe.
After he left,
and he was charging. This has been.
Right, after he
dude,
left,
this has been over 10 years ago.
Works every time.
He was charging like fucking
like $80.
Something crazy. This was years ago.
See, I met Eric.
And people at Panthers like, "Man, this fucking awful, man."
I met Eric Bowersfield. He was sitting next to him. He was, the voice of Admiral Akbar, charging like $40 or $50, and then you had fucking Lando's bitch ass was charging like $60. It's like, this is goddamn Admiral Akbar. He's way cooler. He was more part of my childhood. I always hated Lando because he was fucking betrayed Han. It pissed me off. It still pissed me off. He didn't make up for it. Admiral Akbar's fleet made up for it by saving their ass. Lando's just...
I mean, did you talk to him? Was he rude to you?
While I was waiting in line for Bowersfield, I was looking at his line. He would not even look up at people. All he would do is like watch the autograph. Like, the handler was like, "This is dipshit. He paid for one photo, and he wants it personalized as to dipshit." So he already had a little card that said "to dipshit" on it. So he just signs it, and then he just like hands it off. No handshake, no looking him in the eyes or talking. He just wouldn't do it. He was just being a fucking dickhole. So.
Well, and
I should get a Colt 45.
And I'll get to some more here that were really fucking rude.
But he wasn't rude to me, but I watched him interact with other people, and I was like, nope.
I'm going to tell you something. This is me, sharing. Corey Feldman was really bad. Sean Astin was awful.
He was in the Goonies.
No, he was cashing in on Lord of the Rings when I saw him.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but I was making fun of Corey Feldman again. I was like, I was in the Goonies.
Oh yeah, well he was. Sean Astin was just a little midget fuck, but Corey Feldman was just fucking rude, and I'd always heard Corey Haim. Corey Haim was the one I wanted to meet because I was friends with Corey on fucking like social media stuff until he died, killed himself or whatever, OD'd or whatever happened, and I always liked him because I thought he was a genuine person. Plus, he was Canadian, whereas Feldman's a fucking American douche. Mm-hmm. And I mean, if you even think about Haim, and even like Lost Boys, he's just cooler, I think.
Yeah.
He's a genuine character. He's cool. He's got a nook. He's got
now
Tony.
this, as any
But-
Italian thing, it just turns into fucking a zombie movie. But it's not really zombies. They're like demons. I guess they're zombies. I don't know.
But what it was, it's fucking sick, man. But Lee Majors was a fucking cocksucker. It's like, and everybody's like, well, he was in a car accident. I was like, I don't care.
He's on a car accident now. He's fucking getting money.
He's a fucking dick. It's like why are you being a fucking asshole? But I can tell you on one hand the people that have been nice to me. Jonathan Frakes that played Riker on Next Generation, cocksucker. He was a fucking dickhead. And that Troy, which I didn't meet her, the Marina Sirtis that plays Troy on Next Generation, what a fucking old cunt. She's just an old British cunt.
I don't know. I couldn't imagine
but
Star Trek,
but here,
like royalty, and then having to deal with fans all day.
Well, here's
or Star Wars.
But there's no excuse when they were shitty to me, and Shatner was awesome.
Yeah, Shatner.
Shatner was fucking awesome.
Because Shatner's not a fucking asshole.
Shatner was fucking awesome. Doug Bradley was fucking awesome. Doug Bradley was a genuinely cool guy.
He is.
And if I'm not mentioning him here, then that's it. I'm not pulling punches with this. Dustin Diamond was fucking cool. Biff Tannen was awesome, and I didn't meet him at a con, but I still met him, and he was really cool. And outside of that, honestly, most of the people I've met have been douchebags. Like they're just not very nice people, and it's like, if you don't want to be here, why don't you just fucking leave? Oh, William Catt from Greatest American Hero. He's in the House, that first House movie. Mm-hmm. He was in the original Carrie. Mm-hmm. Awesome guy, super cool guy. But Elvira, she was an old whore. Raven was a fucking prick, the wrestler.
He was.
Yes, he was a complete prick.
You know, did I tell you my story with him?
No.
This is in Chattanooga. That's when I met Phantasm.
He was a fucking dickhead.
He had his stuff put up. Like, he was putting away his table and stuff. And, he was, I was like, I was wanting to, get an autograph from you, and you're putting away your stuff. Oof. That was a nice fucking headshot. That fucking blind bitch. I was hoping to get an autograph. He was like, well, I already put all my stuff away, sorry. I was like, oh, okay. He was like, you know what, hang on. And so he pulls an autograph out, and he was trying to, like, shake me down for more money than what it was. He was like, $20. He was like, no, it's $25 actually. I was like, he said $20. He's like, alright, I'll do 20. He's like, are you a pawn shop? Is that what you're doing? You're like haggling me for fucking
Did you pay him
$5. I gave him the 20, and then I was like, can I get a picture with you? And he's like, it'd be $20. And I was like, alright, never mind. He was like, alright, you know what? Yeah, let's do the picture. Like, he kept feeling bad because he was trying to see if I would go for it, like paying him more money, and I wouldn't, and he just did it anyway.
Were you doing the...
No, I don't even have the picture anymore.
Were you going...
Stupid. Yeah, he was trying to fucking shake...
take a picture.
He was trying to shake me down for some fucking Stack or 2 money. I don't know what he was doing. Some fucking muscle.
And you're like...
Yeah. With the horns in my face.
This was the best day of my life. This was the best haggling of my life.
I was just a fucking twat waffle. I don't get it.
This was the best flea market of my life.
It's like he should be fucking doing photo ops at like Pilot or something. Quick stop. I don't know. At the fucking Kenjo Market, Raven.
That's what I want. It just seems like anyway. Today at Pilot, Raven.
Today at Save a Lot, Raven. Get the famous photo, whatever.
It's $2. I mean $5. What did I say? $2.
Listen here, you fucking pill body.
Well, see, that's something I just don't understand. All of it's very flea market-y to me. It's like
to me, it's
like no, but just all of it. It doesn't matter what it is. Flea market of the dead, whatever. It's all the same stuff. It is really, if you think about it. It's just like here's a bunch of pissed off, grumpy, constipated actors that don't want to meet you. Come give him your paycheck.
They're just hoping.
Should I make them know I'm fucking stupid? It's like,
They're just hoping Charles Band gives them like $150 to do this shitty movie that we're going to give Bill from Decrepit Birth later.
well, here's you a funny story. That fucking lame-ass Leatherface from those Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, the one from 03
Bill
and
Johnson.
that guy's just an old fag.
Yeah, no.
But
Andrew Bernarski.
yeah.
That guy.
Yeah, Bitchnarski. He was there, and that fucking turd from fucking Freddy vs. Jason.
Well, listen, he's an X-Man.
And they're just sitting there like this. Nobody was talking to them. Nobody had a fucking thing to do with them.
Yeah, because they're not the real ones. It's Gunnar Hansen and Kane.
But it's like nobody wanted
Any of the other Jasons.
nobody wanted to fucking talk to them. And I thought it was fucking hilarious because here's one. This is the one you worked. This is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen at a fucking convention. Are you ready?
Yeah.
That fucking sensei from Karate Kid, he's just standing there like this. Who wants to make me? I mean, it was fucking horrible. And you're there with that bearded cartoon. He kept going, "How are you? I've never seen you on I can play my computer game."
What's that?
That bearded cartoon you were working for at that.
Oh my god.
You're like, Scott, that's fucking Alfredo Offrock from fucking Egypt. He's a fucking Arab. He's here running this thing. It's like, oh, you need to see you before? Not in my car.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Cocksucker, dude.
Not till my game console.
Cock smoke.
But here's the and you'll remember this because you were there. The fucking most pathetic fucking person at that fucking convention was that Joey Lauren Adams chick.
Oh my god.
And she just looked like a fucking old blow-up doll. Like everyone in Hollywood had blown their load at her and she's just fucking rotten. She's just like, an autograph, 45 bucks. It's like, did you see her? She looked older than my mom. It's like, God, you got fucking rode hard and put away wet, you old whore. It's like, Kevin Smith used to fuck me. Do you want to get pictures of me so I can get some fucking health care back? She did. She just looked like an old slut. And fucking Anthony Michael Hall, there's you another cool one. He was fucking awesome, man. Anthony Michael, he was so fucking nice. And I told him, I go, because I didn't recognize her. I go, who's that fucking old whore sitting beside you? And I should have been like, who's young sitting beside you? Anyway, but I go, who is that fucking old whore sitting beside you? And he was like, that's that Joey Lauren Adams or whatever. I was like,
Chasing Mortality.
I was like, I go, she looks like shit. He goes, yeah, she looks like she's fucking worn out. And then, it you know, on the rare occasion that somebody's nice, but it was just like, it was just fucking sad.
You know what's even more sad? She probably had a Adam Sandler load on there.
Oh, really?
Probably. Who knows?
Oh, did they date?
No, I don't think so. I mean...
Oh, was she in that Big Daddy?
Yeah. She got his little daddy.
She got his little Jew daddy. But it was weird to me. I just thought it was really strange that she was...
Who's that other one? There's some, like, chick that was next to Anthony Michael Hall that had, like, gigantic tits, and she was on, like, MTV or something.
Yeah, I didn't even know who
Her name was, like, Tiffany Rock.
It was like...
Tiffany Rock Candy Williams. I don't know. It's something really good.
I don't know, but your friend was over there. He's like, you must pay money to look at the students. Not in my car.
You like my toy photography on Facebook. Like, what?
But...
You're going to get a lot of women doing that. It's fucking retarded. He's like, look at my picture. He didn't talk like that. He's just like, look at my picture of R2-D2. It's like my toy of R2-D2. It's like if you were to take a picture of your wrestlers and make like a Facebook of it and just say that you're a photographer. It's really dumb.
But it's just it's not cool. It's demeaning to see Roddy Piper sitting at a Wendy's. Do you know what I mean?
At that convention, at least I knew he was very nice.
No, but it's not what I'm. That's not what I'm saying. But it's just pathetic. It's just like, you know. And fucking Dustin Diamond was probably doing crack in the parking lot. It's like
Stepping on hobos.
Yeah, he fucking, or probably fucking Joey Lauren Adams, I guess. He's probably like, yeah, take this mall rat.
He was like, I was in the Goonies.
But I'm trying to think who else was there. It was just a nightmare, and it was creepy. It was like
Daniel Harris was there.
It's like
Kane Hodder was
it's like here's you a bunch of people from your past. It's like, and they don't want to fucking be here, and we flew them in a fucking helicopter from McGee Tyson and threw them in that fucking.
We got Linus from Charlie Brown. He fucking hates being.
We threw him in that fucking pond out there and made him swim in. But it was just stupid. It's like
they had fucking boot camp the day before.
I mean, did you see that Typhoon wrestler? He looked like shit.
I forgot he was there.
He's fucking dead now.
I would be too after that convention.
But I mean, it was just depressing.
Everybody died after that convention.
He was like in a fucking like a hospital bed signing shit for people. I was like, what is this?
Like a gas mask on. He was like, it's like, is this Darth Vader or is this Typhoon?
See Typhoon's dead body live at Flea Market of the Dead. Live at Flea Market Hound.
So come watch Typhoon pee himself.
But I mean, it was just ridiculous. But she seriously, of most of the conventions I went to, she just looked terrible. And sometimes they'll have a guest there, like fucking Sam Jones. I mean, he should have just been given free shit. Like, nobody wanted to talk to him. And he had like this. It looked like a fucking fun, a little fun. Not like you'd walk up and be like, "Hit Flash Gordon." You just fucking.
More people were giving attention to the fucking
It was
Jurassic
a fucking
Park Jeep.
It was.
They're like, how much is the Jurassic Park Jeep autograph? $50. All right. Hey, there's Sam Jones. Oh, he's in those Ted movies. Oh, okay, that's who.
I know it was the Sam Jones Stone Me booth.
But I mean,
seriously, if you think about the year that I went, I mean, Ric Flair is a huge guest.
Yeah.
Shatner's a huge guest. The Scott Hall and Kevin Nash thing was kind of sad, but it was still cool. It's like, whatever. They weren't pathetic. They weren't like fucking over there like looked like they were homeless. Like, we'll fuck you.
A lot of these actors.
Like, we'll fuck you for crack.
Yeah.
Whereas that Joey Lauren Adams, I bet she was probably like, a hand job's $58. And I'll sign it for you after you come on it. You know, it's like, I mean, seriously, look her up on your phone. She looks like shit.
I saw her there. Yeah.
I mean, it was just fucking awful. I'm sure fucking Hopap was like, oh, no, I'm going to go fuck her. No, I'm going to go fuck her. I'm going to close down 7-Eleven, go fucking fire. But he did. He looked like a fucking terrorist. It's like, Corey's here with that terrorist. He did. He had more fucking body hair than I'll ever have my whole life.
Can make a magic carpet.
It was like coming out of his fucking thing. It's like, I wrote her on my carpet. Corey, not in my carpet. Not in my carpet. But it was weird to me, though, when you go to that stuff and you see him like that demeaning. Like, and I'll tell you, at one of the Fangoria ones that I went to, that's what it was like seeing... which, this is funny. You'll actually think this is funny. And I don't know why it was. But at one of the Fangoria ones we went to, that's pretty much how it was for a lot of people that were there. Like Sean Cunningham, I remember him just sitting there like playing with his thumbs. Seriously, like nobody... I mean, I met him. But I mean, most people didn't want to fucking talk to him. You know, because this is like in the 90s. Nobody gave a shit about that dude. You know, and I guess it all depends on the timing thing, but it was like them bringing that Joey Lauren out. It was just so dumb, and I remember them doing. I don't
know anybody would even meet her.
They did a panel for her. I remember Joey and I were in that fucking barn that they had it in, that fucking Hopap barn, and we're like fucking walking around. He's like, "I'm just making my computers." I was like, "What are you doing over here?" And you're walking around with like these things. It's like, you want to try this energy drink? I didn't know what you were doing. It was just weird. Try this energy drink sampler. No, whatever you were doing for that fucking Hopap, but it was just weird.
We just had video games, people to play.
It was just really strange. But anyway, he's just like, try this out. It's a Commodore 64, man. It's new. Anyway, but it was like, try this out. You know what this is? Xbox original. Yeah. Anyway, but I was just like,
try this. It's a Pez dispenser.
try this Atari 2600. It's cutting edge of 81. But I was sitting there and I didn't know what the hell was. But we walked over to see her like panel. There was nobody at her panel. It's to the point where they didn't even have her, You know,
They're like, you know what? We're actually just not going to do this panel. So
it was depressing, man.
all right, she's gonna do some finger puppets now, and now she's.
Well, it's like when I met that above water creature from the Black Lagoon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think he diarrheaed himself. He was so old. I really do. I think he took a universal crap. He took a universal monster crap. Because it smelled like when I took a picture of him. He's like going like this, and it's like literally like he had loafed himself. He's just like, oh, that Wendy's is coming out. They cater us good at this.
No, they just give him like applesauce and fucking pea soup, and he's like, oh.
You know another one that's pathetic, and I think you saw him too, because nobody gives a shit about him. I mean, it's sad because he was like a hero to me as a kid, but now it's just fucking pathetic. Is fucking Lou Ferrigno.
Was he bad?
No, he's not mean. It's just pathetic. No, he's fine. He's healthy. It's not that. Just nobody gives a damn. He's just standing there. He's just like.
He's like, hey, remember me?
It's like that. It's like the fucking Flash Gordon thing. It's like nobody gives a damn about you. He's like, check out my new movie. I love you, man. It's like, yeah, that movie's 10 years old. Nobody fucking cares about that except.
It's like, here's me with Paul Rudd. He's from fucking Ant-Man.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad seeing them do that stuff, and that's what bothers me about it is you get that many people on there, and people are fucking depressed about it. God, are we still recording too, aren't we?
Yeah.
But anyway, it's depressing. It's depressing to go to a con and see people that you grew up that you idolized or you liked, and now they're just fucking broke and they need fucking rent money. I'd rather just hand them the rent money and give them some dignity and leave.
It depends on who it is. Like, yeah, it sucks seeing people.
This is how Chris Sarandon was. Now, you've met him, I think, a few times. This is how he was.
His arm in a sling when you met him?
This is how
he was like, I jerked off my wrist.
But this was how he was.
He was like, "Don't touch my wrist." And I was like, "I'm not."
He was just like this. He was just like, "All right, there you go. Take a picture, okay? See ya." He was just a douche.
Yeah.
You know, where Doug Bradley was actually talking to him and Julia and
he's just
engaging and stuff. Well, he wasn't into that. And that was, he had to call help.
Yeah.
But it was just weird to me, and you'd meet people like that. And then, like Dustin Diamond, what ruined that, and I love Saved by the Bell. People laugh at me, whatever you want. I love that show. And what ruined that was, like, we're sitting there getting along and cutting up, and I was going to buy some stuff from him and pay him, and he just kept going, That's 20 for that. And you give me 20.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there, we're having like this cool conversation, and he just ruins it. It ain't free for me to get out here, man. It's 20 for that. I'm just like, God, let's give him his goddamn $20. Here, here's 25, you cheap fuck. I mean, it just ruined it. When people act like that, it's like, why are you being such a fucking rat turd? And then there's other people that Dick Durock, which passed away. Dick Durock was so nice to me. Dick Durock, fucking Swamp Thing. He was cool as fucking shit.
Yeah.
I never paid him a fucking dime. The guy that played Apollo on fucking the original Battlestar Galactica, that guy was fucking so fucking cool to me. And he passed away. He's dead. It sucks. Like all these people that I've met. Dirk Benedict that played Face on the A-Team, he was fucking awesome. Chucky, fucking talking about him earlier. God, he's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, he was engaged with me. He knew he was there to talk to people, and I think it passed the time for him to talk about his career and stuff. And she went after your titty. But yeah, I mean, I try to warn people about that. I guess you probably haven't run into it as much as I have, but it seems like every time I would go to one of those, people be a fucking asshole.
It just depends on.
Yeah, because everybody's different. You just don't know. And you could idolize this person and meet them in real life and realize they're just playing a character and they're shit.
Yeah, that's mainly what it is, but usually they're.
But I'm telling you, the most pathetic, and this is hands down, was at that one with Hop Hep.
Yeah.
Hop Hep Gaming. Hop Hep Card Gaming and electronics. I mean, because I look over you a couple of times. It looked like you were DJing. It's like whoosh, 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 like you were running a goddamn DJ booth over there.
I wasn't doing shit. I was standing around.
But the saddest thing I saw at that whole thing was fucking Joey Lauren Adams, or whatever her fucking name is, and that fucking old fart sensei from fucking Karate Kid. Because I don't think anybody even spoke to that fucking dude.
The Karate Commode. The Commode Kid. There you go.
Well, you know, I was told, and I don't know if you knew anything about this, but when they had Ralph Macchio and then they had the guy that played Johnny or whatever, like, it was a complete joke. Like, nobody was giving them money for that stuff.
Macchio.
It's like they're going to do another film. It's like, well, yeah, what is it going to be on Netflix?
That'll be a Redbox exclusive.
Karate Kid, Why in God's Name?
Yeah.
Karate Kid 4, Why in God's Name? But, it's just dumb. I don't know, man. I see stuff like that all the time, and it's just fucking dumb. And no offense to you, the Star Wars fans are like the fucking worst. It's like, this guy was fucking Greedos, like double. It's like
just weird. Like, I don't give a fuck about any of that.
No, I think it's creepy. It's like, did you meet fucking Mark Hamill? Did you meet fucking Harrison Ford? It's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
And they're making like this huge deal about it. Man, this is me, goddamn Anthony Daniels. I wouldn't give that old fruit fucking $90. He was charging $90 when he was here. $90. And people were paying him. It was at the same one where Orlando was there.
Yeah.
And he was just like, maybe I'm talking, you made $6 bucks for it. It's like, I wouldn't give you fucking 30 cents to fucking do that for me.
You know what's cool about
fucking Mark Hamill?
Oppenheimer was that?
Fucking Harrison Ford. It's like,
was in Louisville? Awesome.
Who?
Alan Oppenheimer.
Who the hell is that?
Voice of Skeletor.
That's just weird.
He's awesome. You know what? He's $10.
It's just sad, though. That whole thing just depresses me.
I think it's cool.
He's on like a hover around, cruising around. He's like,
he's actually in great shape. He doesn't look bad.
Well, that's good.
I mean, he's kind of...
Oh, here's you.
He's definitely old, but he's not like
here's you a
decrepit.
fucking has-been that I seriously... This is the pay-per-view you guys have been waiting for. I want this guy to be at a con, and I'm just going to go there and beat the shit out of him. You ready? I am Optimus Prime.
Oh, God.
Whoever that old fuck is.
Billy something.
I just want to fucking punch him in the fucking face.
He's the one from the 80s.
I know, he's a fuck... I don't care.
Is that Billy Kaplan?
He's in those stupid movies and everything. I
Billy
can't...
Kaplan.
I am Optimus Prime. I can't stand that fucking guy. He thinks he's like fucking hot shit. He's like, our new movie didn't make any money.
You know what? I would get an autograph from Michael Bay, though. Before I get an autograph from that dude.
Well, yeah. I mean, I love the
Michael Bay's fucking shit.
I love the old Transformers cartoons, but that guy was just fucking... He was just fucking annoying as shit. And all my friends are like, I'm gonna give him $100. But anyway, people, when you go to a convention, to me it's more of a horror show. Even if it's a horror convention, it's a horror show. Because all that's really happening is you're just seeing a bunch of out-of-work people that you used to love. And it's just demeaning to some degree. I don't know, it freaks me out. I felt that way about Shatner, except the thing where I met with Bill Shatner, it was fucking packed. It was crazy. It was awesome. There were like a lot of people there for him, which was awesome. Because unlike Gene Simmons, he's actually a star. I mean, the guy was in the fucking original Twilight Zone, so they can all fucking lick his taint. And original Star Trek. It's Trek, kids, not track. And, yeah.
Star Trek.
But you know what I mean? You know, if Ryan Reynolds was doing photo ops as Deadpool, that's not has-been at all. That's like first class, you know what I'm saying? And they get that shit in San Diego. They get, Chris Evans dressed as fucking Captain America and shit like that. That's fucking sick. I'd do that in a second. But, unfortunately, never get anything like that in the South. But, which is depressing because it would totally do good. I don't know. I guess I want the photo ops I'm ever going to get. I want my photo op with Robert Downey Jr. in the fucking Iron Man outfit.
I mean, they don't even do that in San Diego.
Now Sean Clark's got his picture with almost every one of the Avengers.
Yeah.
And it was at the Chicago Comic-Con thing.
Yeah. All those Comic-Con things are bigger, like...
I know, but that is not has-been
You wanna be-
actors. That's like real shit.
Yeah, if you go to like Wizard
That's what it
Con
was.
or
It was at Wizard World. That's it.
Wizard World, which they have a national one now.
Was that all has-beens?
No. I don't know. I wish I had known about it.
Who was there that you were wanting to meet?
Val Kilmer.
Man, that's depressing. I'm telling you, he's really bad off.
I know, but I don't care. He's fucking awesome. He's my favorite Batman.
It would have been cool. It would have definitely been cool.
Yeah, he's the shit. I think Bruce Campbell was there.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm telling you, I was pissed that I didn't know about it, because anything that's in Nashville, just like, well, actually, it's this weekend. All the good shit, if I just skip that Louisville turd, then, yeah, Stan Lee.
Okay, that's a good one.
Let's see. Roman Reigns.
Are you serious?
That's funny. Jason Mewes, which is cool.
That actually is cool.
Dean Cain.
He was super nice. I didn't pay for it. I just met him. He was nice.
Kevin Conroy, that's fucking awesome.
Kevin Conroy.
Voice of Batman, the animated series.
I met him here.
It's fucking awesome. Yeah, there's Lou Ferrigno. Still says guest coming soon. It's like, it's this weekend. I don't think they're coming. James O'Barr, that fucking hack. He was at Days of the Dead.
Was he?
Fucking dude that made.
Was he walking around in black?
Made The Crow. It's like,
Was he walking around in
Who
black?
gives a fucking shit? There's another weird one.
Can you hear that promoter too pitching him too? James, you've got to come, man. My wife wants to fuck you. She wants to take you out of those old leather jeans and suck your fucking your little tiny fucking gothic weenus. She wants to suck on your goth clit. Oh, the moral to this story, kids, is that all these people should be decapitated. And that's how I handle dealing with my social anxiety, is I just imagine them all dead. And even though nobody cares, I'll never be at any of those things because I don't care. So, as I would rather be decapitated. So, we have Vogg, my interview with him finally, after Corey edits out all this crap that I rambled on about for 3 hours.
No. It's been a good conversation.
I appreciate his time, and I hope you guys enjoy the interview. And I don't know. Don't go to horror conventions. Don't go to any conventions. If you're taking my advice, just don't go. It's depressing, I think, and it's awkward. It's awkward for me handing money to people because I don't pay money for these interviews we do on this podcast. So if people want me to pay them money, I feel weird about it. It'd be the same as somebody tried to pay me money to do it. Except the difference is Corey and I would take it because we're broke.
Right.
But so if you guys want to give us money, please give us money. You can mail that to Phantasm Podcast, care of Corey Gorechrist.
Right.
Anyway, we'll give that address later.
Let's say if you really want to go and just meet actors, like if that's really your thing, where you want autographs and you want to buy stuff, then go to a convention, try it out. But if it's not for you, you'll know it pretty quickly. Most of the time, the actors are pretty cool. I've only had a few times where they've been fucking assholes.
Corey's favorites were Ace Frehley and Steve Dash.
Tom Savini. But see, Tom Savini was nice to me the first couple times.
And then he got tired of
Yeah, they got tired of me. He saw me the third time, he's like, this fucking
weasel.
weasel. And he's like, why don't you fuck off? It's Steve Dash is like, yeah, why don't you fuck off? So, you know, occasionally stuff like that will happen, but if I got an autograph and I just, you know, did my thing, the Steve Dash thing would have never happened, but he also promised me to do an interview, even though I didn't even...
So at some point he was nice.
Yeah, when I first got the picture and all that stuff and paid money. Yeah, he was nice.
He said whatever just to get you out of there, didn't he?
Yeah, I guess so.
Thanks for your money. See ya.
And Tom Savini, I didn't even...
Well, his poster looks like they made it on fucking Commodore 64.
Yeah.
It looks like a Kroger bag with ice in it. Actually, a Walmart bag. If you look close enough, it says "Save money, live better."
It says "Thank you, come again." It's the fucking Chinese takeout bag with a smiley face.
No, it's "Fuck you, come again."
Yeah. Well, thank you. Now fuck off.
No, I mean, I used to go to the stuff. And it was bigger, and I think that people were alive then. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's something now to where it's like, it has to be something really special if I'm actually gonna... Excuse me, if I'm actually gonna attend it. I'm waiting to see what they announce for this Flea Market of the Dead in Atlanta.
Yeah.
See if I'm interested in going.
We'll see.
But
I mean,
you know, but if it's Bill Moseley and fucking the cast of Rob Zombie's last 2 films and all that, I'm just not interested in it. You know.
Oh, and it's a stunt double from Star Wars.
You have to admit that Star Wars joke is incredibly accurate.
It is.
This
was the gunman on Jabba the Hutt's
I swear to you, I've seen stuff like that advertised. It's like...
This is the third guy to the right.
Meet Captain Orion in scene 3, and it's got like some still shot of him like going...
No, this is an actual one. It's like the guy third from the left on the sand skiff in Return of the Jedi. It's like, what? Meet the guard from Return of the Jedi that's third to the left that doesn't even have a fucking name in the credits or anything. He's just like...
here's the ones
he's like guard 2.
The ones that confuse me that are there are these like meatheads in like UFC stuff, and they're there just like, fuck yeah, I'm meeting that gunnery sergeant, fucking Empire Strike Back, fuck yeah. I'm like, what fucking rock did you cry? And then his girlfriend's like, I'm a fucking stripper over here at Leonard's place. I'm dressed up like Wonder Woman because her movie's out. I just want to walk in there with a fucking shotgun going. I can't deal with it. It gives me anxiety.
Yeah,
that's the truth. If I'm lying, I'm dying. It gives me anxiety. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with any type of social anxiety like that anymore.
Does it like freak you out? That people are weird like that.
What freaks me out?
Because there's not real reason behind it.
Well, okay, you've got this pissed off guest that I want to meet that's just going to be rude to me, and I'm supposed to hand him money or her money, and then you've got. I just don't get it. I don't understand the cosplay thing. I don't understand, and there's nothing fun about it. So in my eyes, the idea of drinking with these people and partying with them, I'd rather jump off the side of the fucking building. I mean, seriously, like I don't. Not only do I not want to socialize with you, I don't even want to look at you. I mean, if I had a way of just, putting all my shit on, like my fucking hoodie and my sunglasses where I don't have to fucking look or talk to anybody, I'd rather do that. I mean, and I've seen Julia just hand over cash to these people, and they're so fucking rude.
Yeah.
Like that Jeff Hardy guy, what a fucking cocksucker. What a fucking just old cocksucker. He was like, I'm 25. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, 55. Why
don't you go jump through that table?
pretty much.
Why don't you go jump off that ladder onto the fucking concrete?
But it's just like it's the same thing, I mean, Kevin Nash was an old prick.
He was a prick.
And
he's
fucking
like, my picture is like, yeah, sure. It's like, all right, never mind, you fucking big bastard.
I mean, I love him as a wrestler, but it's just he had a personality of a fucking couch. It's like Scott Hall was awesome. Now Ric Flair was awesome. That was worth every penny. He was fucking cool as hell. It was everything I wanted it to be. He was fucking amazing. Other than getting to go drink with him in a strip club.
Yeah.
If they had that as a VIP package, it'd be fucking bought. You know, he'd probably do it. All right.
Limousine riding.
Yeah, I would. I'd be going, woo, you know. But you know, it like this whole thing they're doing. It's like meet Kane and his mask. I met him for free at a gas station. I'm not gonna fucking pay to meet
I used to
him.
make us sandwiches.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you're like I've made him poop. It's like I don't fucking need to meet him. What kind of turd?
Fiber come out of his skull.
Yeah, what kind of turd did you launch after eating that fucking rotten ass sandwich? Yeah.
I should ask him. Be like, did you have good PMs when I worked there? I made Kane poop. What'd you do?
It's just dumb. I don't understand these people. I know people I meet all the time. It's like
he'll probably just have
like
the mask on and then he'll wear like a button up and jeans. He's like,
this is bad to say, but I'm just going to go ahead and make fun of him on here. He never listens to it anyway. There's this Mitch guy I know, and he's like a cousin fucker. He's just like, he talks like ass.
yeah.
And he went up there and met Shawn Michaels. And he shows me the video of it. Shawn Michaels looks like he's about to super kick this fucking idiot. Because it's exactly what you're talking about. He's one of those annoying people. Oh, can I do that too? All right, okay, hold on, yeah. All right. Yeah.
Can I get 17 more? One with my kid, one with both my kids, one with my wife?
It's just the same. It's like that night that when
There's
you,
just people on this
when
planet
you were at
that
work
waste
that one time and
fucking
that guy walked in, he's just like, "Oh, you like that? I got fucking Dracula right there.
Yeah.
You see this? I got the mummy right there. Brandon Fraser, man, it's the best. Fuck
I
that
got
Tom
fucking
Cruise
Chucky.
movie." Yeah, I just was.
I
Just
got a
like,
pumpkin because I like Halloween.
It's just fucking dumb, and I just don't understand why people have to act like a fucking rectum.
I really think there's people born on this planet to waste everybody's time. Like they're there to fucking breathe in.
They're
your
like
oxygen.
a fucking cockroach. It's
Yeah,
fucking stupid.
Well, no, they're more like a fucking
Yeah, they're a bottom-feeding cockroach, like my brother.
They're just.
That's what I think of my brother. He's a fucking bottom-feeder cockroach.
They're just there to waste.
Fucking drunk piece of dog shit.
They're just there to waste everyone's time and be a fucking loser.
But it's ridiculous when you're just a fucking stool. There's no reason to be like that when you know.
They don't have any reason. They
But
just are.
it's just dumb. And I'll see people wrapped out there. It's like they had like fucking 10 Red Bulls and there's some guy in line. It's like, we're about to make fucking Gunnery Sergeant 2. Fucking bro, fuck yeah. I just want to fucking go. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm being perfectly honest with you about this right now. When I see that, do you think it makes me want to watch any of that stuff?
No.
Ever? But honestly, and I have you to thank for this, I've taken the original 3 Star Wars back, so I'm good. And I enjoy playing that game, and I'll probably try the new one out if you'll play it with me. But
Yeah.
it's one of those things where I'm not going to let people ruin everything I like. And
It's unhealthy.
I want to tell the podcast this. I wouldn't have met William Shatner or Ric Flair that year if it hadn't been for you going, hey, you should definitely go do this. Because I love both those guys, you know. And it was worth it. And I think if you actually do, and that's what I'll close with here because I've rambled to death, but if you do love somebody that's at this thing, then go meet them because you never know when they're going to die. You never know when you're going to die, so you might as well go do it, you know.
Yeah. Say hello because you don't know their real team. You know in person. It's like, holy shit, it's happening.
Well, it's like I didn't go to that Leonard Nimoy Skype thing, and the next thing you know, he's dead.
Yeah, but that was really depressing. I mean, he was on his deathbed like, I can shine.
I know. I don't think I would have wanted to see
That's
that.
depressing.
Yeah.
Even if Bill Murray did that, like, called my Skype to do that, I wouldn't do it. I'd just be like, I can't, man. It's too much.
But
I
it's
want my last memory of you being.
But right, if Bill Murray was at a fucking thing, I would go to that with you. I would totally pay him money.
But I'm
to
not
do
doing
that.
a deathbed Skype call.
No,
It's
but I
like,
mean,
Corey,
but if he was at a thing,
who are you gonna call?
but it would be, but it would be fucking amazing to to meet him or whatever. You know, I feel the same way about Chevy Chase. If I could have or Burt Reynolds, I love Burt Reynolds, man. Anybody knows Smokey and the Bandit? It's like my favorite film ever made. But you know, if I could have met him,
like Scott.
oh, he looks awful now. He's about there. Burt is, which sucks. It is.
It's all that liquid.
But it's just, I mean, the guy was a fucking jet-setting Hollywood playboy. It's like, people make fun of him all they want. He fucking lived a hell of a life. I'll never live a life like that. And you know, if it was him, and I don't care if he's a million years old, and I don't care if he was pissed off, fuck you, Scott. I'd just say, all right, fuck it, I don't care. You know, I'd totally fucking go do the fucking interview because I fucking or get my picture with him just to fucking do it.
Yeah.
But you know, I think you have to, you know, treasure stuff like that when you can do that, and I think it's good, but I've got to want to do it. You know, if it's somebody that I don't want, then it's not something that I'm going to want to do. You know.
Yeah.
And there's nothing worse than meeting somebody that you love that's a turd. You know. Which happens. You know. But yeah, anyway, in closing, if there's someone that you want to meet, whether it's a musician at a show and you want to do like what we used to do and just hang out till you can talk to them for a minute, don't bother them, but you know, ask them for a picture, an autograph, whatever. They're going to do it if they're cool. Any of our guests will, I can tell you that.
Yeah. But, you know, try conventions out if you haven't. If you have, maybe.
And if it's somebody that you want to talk to, you know, maybe you'll have a better experience than I did. It's just I have really bad social anxiety.
Always go to a convention if there's somebody there you want to meet bad enough.
Yeah.
Makes you think for a second I wasn't going to go to that Ernie Hudson photo op.
That's why you went, isn't it? It's the only reason you went, technically.
Well, the only reason I kept up with going, because I was already getting in since we did Indy, or I set up for us to go get interviews in Louisville, but that wasn't announced yet, the Ernie Hudson thing. That was just like solidified, because, you know, if there wasn't anything interesting, I was like just going to be like, nah. But, you know.
Well, that guy's been good to you. He's got you into all the flea markets of the dead, and you know.
And the Ernie Hudson thing was really worth it, so.
I'm actually surprised he hasn't done that more.
Mm-hmm. Well, now he's doing the Chicago one. He's doing that photo op there, so I think he's going to start doing them. Which is cool. I'll get it again.
I answer the call.
Yeah.
This is Dr. Vincent West. Answer the call.
See, with that movie, with Ghostbusters, I would meet that cop that's like, you do your job, pencil neck. Don't tell me how to do mine. Like that guy, I'd get my picture with him. Maybe not his autograph, and I'd just be like, that's the cop from Ghostbusters. And then the guy with the hard hat that's just like, he's like, oh shit, I'd get his autograph. I wouldn't care. He's been in a couple of.
You love that movie, though. I mean, yeah. It's your favorite. It's like, and
because I know all the stuff from that movie. It's like, yeah, like, you know, I got Steve Johnson's thing because he did the.
Yeah, it's fucking sick. That's
but
cool.
He did Fright Night too. That's why he was there. But of course, I got the Ghostbusters shit. But you know, if you see something you want to travel out to go to a convention, I say do it. It's worth it. You might get a hiccup here and there, somebody being a fucking cocksucker, but you know. You get that day in, day out, no matter where you're at. There's always going to be.
We're also happy to announce on here that Texas Frightmare is free this year because it's flooded.
It's actually Texas Frightmare on the river.
You get to go swimming with Chucky.
It's called Chucky Ducky, and it's.
No, you put your little waders on, and you get in with Chucky, and then Brad Dourif voices him from a yacht.
It's actually called Texas Fright Splash. And it's
at the new Texas Lake Fairgrounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't fucking, you know.
Texas Water Frights.
That convention too. That's everybody boasted like that was the biggest thing. But I mean, a lot of the stuff there was stuff that I've seen at other conventions.
It's been going around the circuits, yeah.
It's like pretty much. It's like wow, Sting has been at like local stuff. It's like that's not really that big of a guest.
Yeah, Sting's been at fucking Save-A-Lot shopping, doing what he does. But yeah, go to a convention if you want. If you've never done it, you should at least do it a few times and see how you like it. Only you'll be able to determine if it's good or not. You know, had a bad experience. Keep trying to meet the people that you want to meet. And if they're a fucking dick and it ruins it, you know, that's, you know, maybe that's a good thing. It's the same thing with friends for me right now. They keep coming out of the woodwork, and I just hate them all. So, I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. They just approach me, and they're fucking dickheads now. So, you know, it is what it is, and sometimes it's just a harsh reality we have to face. But the doctor had an amazing interview with Vogg of Decapitated while on tour, and so happy for you guys to hear this. it's definitely a dream come true for me as a fan, and for the Doctor as well to have him on.
It's very cool.
Huge fans of Decapitated. We love what those guys are doing.
Love Decapitated.
You can get Anti-Cult right now on Nuclear Blast Records. It's a hell of a fucking album, so definitely go pick it up. It's just really fucking awesome, and Vogg will get into great detail about the making of the record and his influences and all that stuff, and the whole creation of the new album, what he was going for on it. It's really cool to hear him talk about it. So we'll leave you guys to that interview, and thank you all for sticking around, and hope you enjoyed the Beyond. And if you don't have the Beyond, you can still get it from Diabolic DVD or Amazon or Grindhouse Releasing or any of that stuff. So definitely go pick up your Blu-ray copy of that. And yeah, just stay tuned for more episodes of FANTASM Podcast. And from the Doctor and I, stay fucking good.
It's Dr. Vincent West with the FANTASM Podcast, and I'm here today with, man, this is awesome. I'm here with founding member Vogg, the guitarist for Decapitated. How you doing, brother?
Hey Vincent, how are you, man?
It's awesome to get to meet you and get to sit down with you here today. And you guys are supporting your new album, Anti-Cult, and you guys are just reached the States. So how's that going so far?
Oh yeah, I have to say I'm really happy about to be here again in US. I love to playing here. For me, it's 15th time, so it's been a while. We're touring here with Decapitated. First tour for Decap in US was in 2002 after our second album, Nihility, and we've been touring with Incantation and a bunch of other bands. It was amazing, and yeah, I'm really glad that we're here again after 1 year. I think that our last tour was last year with At the Gates, which was amazing. And well, it's beginning of the tour, so we just did 2 shows already, which was amazing. Yesterday we have sold out, and the first show in Richmond was also very cool. And what I can say, yeah, we have new album coming out since maybe 2 months or maybe 3 months right now, and it's called Anti-Cult. It's very metal album, and we are making promotion right now.
It's a great record, and we'll get deep into Anti-Cult here today. We'll talk about some tracks on it and maybe some of your favorite things and everything with it.
Yeah.
I love it, and but if you don't mind, we'll start here for the listeners of our podcast. We'll talk about you do a history of Decapitated for us.
Oh well, it's already 21 years. We celebrate 20th anniversary in last year, and we do a lot of because of that we do a lot of special shows in Poland, especially in Poland, and it was amazing. We have a few guests, Sauron, who was the first vocalist, and we have Jacek Hiro. He was a guitar player. He playing with us a long time ago as a session member. So it was a great opportunity to celebrate it, and 20 years is the history. It's already a long time we're playing with this band, and there's lots of tours, lots of shows, lots of different things and history in this band. So well, I'm glad that I'm only one original member these days, but still, I'm really proud about everything that this band discovered, and every show we did and every tour. This is a huge history already, so there's lots of things we could talk, and I'm really grateful about to have this opportunity in life, and that we still can go with that, and actually it's better and better.
I'll tell you, I saw you guys. I've seen you guys several times. One of my favorite times I saw you was at a venue in Asheville. You were there with Lamb of God.
Oh wow!
And that was really cool.
Oh, that was really great tour with Lamb of God.
Yeah, that's awesome. I thought that was so cool. Those guys have you guys with them. It was awesome.
I know that those guys are amazing. Like a real friends, like no rockstar attitude guys and stuff like that. They treating us like a rock stars, and
right.
We feel so good on this tour. And So this tour was probably one of the best for sure in my career. Not because we do lots of people every night, almost sold out shows every night, and we have opportunity to to play with huge band. Come on, Lamb of God is a huge thing. It's a massive band, and we've been direct support for them. I know that Chris Adler, he is a fan of Decapitated, especially his favorite album is Organic Hallucinosis, and I know that we talk about that, but because of that, I have inviting for this tour from him directly.
It's amazing.
So
that's awesome.
It's very, very amazing thing for sure. Yeah.
I always thought that was really cool because I was like, when I saw you guys were on the bill, and I was like, man, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I know.
It's like
I know.
one of my favorite bands on the bill. It's
Before
great.
this tour, we've been touring with Meshuggah and with Children of Bodom, and we do some shows with Behemoth. So, but before this few, let's say, big tours, we didn't do too much big shows like that. So for us to join this kind of tour, like really, top of the tops, that means a lot.
Oh, it was. I just thought it was really cool because several of my friends that may not have been familiar with your all's music, and then they end up becoming fans after they saw you with Lamb of God. So I thought that was really
that's
cool.
cool.
So,
really
yeah,
cool.
yeah, I thought that was awesome. But so we'll go. I tell you, the first record that I bought from you guys was Negation.
Oh, cool, man.
And and I still, man, that every track, it's just pounding and everything. But I want to kind of talk about that a second. Every record, it's still Decapitated, but it's something different. And then it's like an evolution of the band. Whereas I felt, and we'll talk about Anti-Cult. Man, he and I bought it the day it came out. We went and got it. We still collect CDs and stuff. And so we were listening to it. I was like, man, it's just amazing. I love it. I can't get enough of the new record. I think the new record's so good, and it's I don't know, it's brutal. I love it.
I don't know, man. I'm really satisfied about this record. I think we just released a really metal album. Even of course, it's an evolution going on with the band since years now, and every next Decapitated album was different than previous one, which is like kind of significant. I don't know, the trademark of this band. That we like to surprise the fans. Some fans like it, some fans don't like. There's lots of people that complain about that style change and stuff. But anyways, for me, Anti-Cult, it's really extreme metal album, and for me, this is music. I make music how I feel, and I don't know what to say. I'm really proud about this album, and I didn't even. I'm surprising about the reaction of fans. That it's lots of great reviews, lots of great.
We did. I love it.
Great, interviews I did, and people seem to love this album. So there's a few really good riffs going on this one, and production is sweet, and I don't know.
It's real fast. It's the first time I listened to it. I listened to it again, and I don't know. I think it's great. I love the artwork. I mean, when we first saw the artwork for it, my co-host Corey and I, we had the artwork and we kept sharing it, and we always share stuff from your page and everything. And I don't know. I love the cover art, and
it's really strong cover album. I think it's the most strong cover of Decapitated.
I agree.
So. It just works for the music, and we're trying to do extreme metal album. It's mix of the groove, mix of melody. We add more melody stuff for this one, for sure. And there is still lots of death metal things going on, like Angerline things. It's really extreme song. Probably one of extreme songs that we ever did with Decapitated. And there is this One-Eyed Nation song, which is also
it's a good track.
Very dark track, and have even some kind of black metal chorus going on in the song. Well, there's lots of changes going on, lots of different styles, lots of different riffs, and I think it's full of everything album. It takes 38 minutes, but it's for sure 100% of everything what you need if you're a metalhead and if you want to listen new Decapitated album.
It's great. Did you guys go into the writing process last year, or have you been writing it for a long time?
Well, time is running so fast, which I don't even remember. The riffs you can hear on this album is like you're collecting all the time, and there's even riffs that I make even like 10 years ago, and it just somehow doesn't fit with previous albums, and right now it just grown. The ideas grown, and I was ready to use them all. And there's a lot of new ideas, of course, but writing process took about 1 year, and then we trying to arrange everything, make us a whole piece, and then we record it, and it takes maybe 1.5 years together creating and recording.
Excuse me. Did you now, do you do all of the music and the lyrics, or do you do
No, I do music. I do all the music you can hear, and I arranged our drummer Michael. This is his second album with Decapitated, and he was helping me to arrange the songs, like connecting riffs and stuff like that too. So he's like way more involved into the creating process than before, which works much better because it's always better to work with the team. And you can hear it, the drum parts are much better than of previous albums, and it's all sounding better in general. So, well, what I can add for that, and Rasta is the author of the lyrics, and also he's doing great job with that, I think, and it's a continuation of Blood Mantra, if we talk about lyrical way of this album. So, touching a little bit philosophy about the human being, human lives, and dark side of the human existing, and some kind of social things as well. So I think the lyrics corresponding with the things going on all over the world,
right,
about the immigration in Europe from Syria, and about the bomb attacks and stuff like that, terrorism and things like that.
Yeah, it's definitely.
But it's taking it's about taking that some people taking control about about the masses of the people, and they telling them what to do, what to think, and stuff like that. So in general, in religious way, and in the political way, so all these things together.
It definitely, when I heard it, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but when I listened to the new album, to me it was so much different than. It was similar to Blood, but it still felt. I don't know. It felt to me, and maybe I'm completely off on this as an older fan, but it felt like there's. I hear a lot of death metal in it to me. Maybe I'm crazy, but
I know. When I for example listen during the day, listen some other kinds of music, some black metal things, some classical, some rock music, and then I thought that new Decapitated is not that extreme, and then I listen it, and I think I come down to the conclusion it's fucking extreme album, man. It's still, anyways, it's not like Marduk or things like that are so extreme,
right.
But still, this is like, for me, it's 100% metal album.
Oh, it definitely, it really is, and
it's taking we taking from the old traditional metal, and we always listen things like Morbid Angel, like this, I like Sepultura,
right,
old albums. So it's still there.
Oh yeah, I was really impressed with it, and I don't know. It's one of those where Blood, I felt like I had to listen to it a couple times, and I like it, but it took me a couple listens to it, and then Carnival kind of the same way. It was kind of like
for sure.
But yeah, Anti-Cult is definitely it's fucking beautiful, man. It's great. It's a great record. Did you guys use a familiar artist for the cover art for it, or is this someone new that did the cover art for Antical?
Cover art?
Yeah, the
Yeah, the hands and nails. Well, no, it's the same artist who did Carnival Fair and Blood Mantra.
Okay.
He's the third time we work with this guy.
Okay.
He also did a photo session for us.
Okay.
He's really, really cool guy, and he's a real metalhead.
Awesome.
And he know how to do the things,
Yeah, it's great.
to keep it metal and keep it good shape and yeah, it's very simple cover and very strong, but still I think there is some kind of original things going on with this one. It's like a classic look, a classic cover.
It is. Yeah, it's awesome. Like I said, it stuck out to me as soon as I saw it. I was like, that's great, and we shared it a bunch on our page and stuff. So, but now production-wise.
Oh man, I love the production. Daniel Bergstrand, who did a mix. He's a Swedish producer. He did mixing. He mixing Behemoth, Meshuggah. I don't know, lots of bands. And
had you worked with him before?
Yeah, we worked with this guy during Carnivals Forever. He did the mix for this one, and he did the drum set up for this in the studio.
Okay.
So he always came down to the studio. He set up drums. He make the sound. Then we recorded rest of the stuff, and we sent it to him to mix. And we did the same things on Anticold album, and this time
it's a really fat mix. Yeah, it sounds great, man.
It's really actually a raw mix with any not needed things, there is no plastic sound, there is no triggers.
It's like
it's like sound of Decapitated. It's little bit addition for the drums, of course, but there is our own sound, our own drums, our EVH 5150 Ibanez custom shop guitars, this kind of gear, and the same gear that we are using live, and it's great production. I love it. It's
it
great
really
mix. It's great mix. It's great. How to say? Proportions with the instruments, and there is lots of bass as well, which I'm really happy about that too. So yeah, it's tasty sound, and also he did a mix, and there is one guy in Poland who record all this shit. That his name is Tomasz Zalewski. He's a new guy in a team. We've been working with this guy like maybe 10 years ago. He was doing sound after Organic Hallucinosis, promoting the tours.
Awesome.
And we come back to talk together, and he record amazing, probably for me the best guitars I ever had in my life. So
do you have a Ibanez Custom that you use?
Yes, I use Ibanez Customs. Those guys are amazing. They make already 3 custom Icemans for me. They're from LA Custom Shop, and that's I've been very lucky to deal with those guys. Dino Cazares from Fear Factory introduced me for this company, and they keeps me to the family, together with the guys like Steve Vai, I don't know, Korn, Slipknot, and
is Paul Gilbert still in?
Paul Gilbert,
man, he's great, yeah.
Paul Gilbert, and Fear Factory, Dino Cazares, lots of great musicians.
Yeah. Well, it sounds great. And the amp here, the Eddie Van Halen, is it the old PV ones, or is this the
No,
newer?
it's not. It's the EVH. It's the new.
Okay.
It's the EVH 5150 that I was using for recording, and I profiled this EVH head into my camper.
Nice.
So using camper, it makes everything way easier, especially on tour. So
Sure.
that's why I'm using band. I connect this camper together with EVH cabinet. And I go direct for PA, and also I use 2 microphones with EVH cabinet, which mix together and something like.
Yeah, it's sick. It's
sick.
awesome.
Yeah.
When you guys, so you got the music, and then Rasta shows up like with lyrics, or does he listen to the music and then he writes the lyrics, or does he do? Y'all kind of do it together?
Oh, well, we talk about that, what we were trying to say, on the album, and that everything we make everything separate pretty much. But of course, if I have some sketches, some riffs ready, I send to him, or just he listen it, and just to know what's going on. But anyways, he make the lyrics, and then I have all the things ready, the songs. Then we have the lyrics, we have music, and we trying to connect which title will works better for the music, and it depends how many verses you have, how long is the lyrics and stuff like that. So it's always lots of work about that, to connect that lyrics with music. It's kind of intense process and pretty hard, but with some experience we have already with Rasta, we know how to do it. And this is our third album together. Rasta is almost 8 years now in the band, so
That's awesome.
So we work together pretty well. We understand each other more and more, and it's a good team.
He's great. When I saw you guys with Lamb of God was the first time I got to see him or whatever. And it was impressive. It was really good.
He's lots of energy on the stage.
Definitely.
He's good stage presence guy, and his voice is really cool. And he's talking about his voice. On the new album, is making progress every album. I hear lots of that the voices that didn't like his voice, that it's too deathcore, maybe doesn't fit with the music and stuff like that. But on the Anti-Cool album, he did a great fucking job.
Yeah, it's great.
And the most important thing, he's making progress every next album.
See, I don't get where somebody would. I've never ever heard him and thought deathcore. I don't.
I know.
Because I don't listen to listen to deathcore.
I think people like to,
they want a record you did back in 2002. It's like, or something. I don't know. It's like I don't know what they want. I don't know.
The people like to classify the bands to the style. That's why. And Decapitated is this kind of band that we have our own style, but this is hard to classify. It's not typical death metal. It's not typical thrash metal. It's a mix of. I think Decapitated music is a kind of mix of few different kinds of metals, and we like to play groove, Pantera. We like Morbid Angel. We like death metal. We like Metallica. We like Slayer. So all those our favorite bands are mixed in our music. It's how it works,
Well, I was so happy because when I bought and first listened to Anti-Cult, I was like, I don't know, man. There's some death metal stuff in there to me. I was like,
for sure.
I feel like, and again, I don't want to step on your toes, but as a fan, I feel like, and I think he would agree with me, it's like going along the ride with you as you evolve. It's like the death metal's still there, but you're trying different things, and but the last thing I would ever say is that it was deathcore. I don't hear that.
No,
that's
for sure not.
Stupid.
No.
Anybody that would say that is fucking stupid. Because it's still there. The heart to me of what everything you've done on every record. I hear it. And maybe you're trying to. I don't care. I like that. I don't want. If I'm going to go buy the same record every time, and there's bands that I buy that for. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. And we use Vader for an example. I don't want Peter to go try something different. I just want a Vader record. If I go buy a Priest record, I don't want them experimenting. I just want a Priest record. But I like it, man. I like that you guys. But
I know I have to say. I mean, Cannibal Corpse need to be Cannibal Corpse, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Slayer, it needs to be Slayer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Decapitated, it's still bands. I don't know. Maybe we're looking for. We discover new territories. Maybe we are this kind of band,
Yeah, it's like progressive, man. It's cool.
When we change, it's still cool,
Yeah, I mean, every record, it's like, I mean, I like it. It's, and I'm in, with your catalog, different moods I'm in.
I know bands like Ulver, for example, that play extreme black metal in the beginning. Right now, they do things like Depeche Mode, even, or stuff like that. So,
I mean,
why not? I mean, why not?
Sure. But it's I don't know. Like I said, when I heard it though, as opposed to Carnival or even to Blood, I felt like with Anti-Cult, I felt like don't know. You kind of went back a little bit.
Yeah,
And I like it. And it's so aggressive. And his vocals, they really are. You're right. They're outstanding. Your guitar playing's outstanding. The drums sound real. The bass sounds great. The mix is fat. The cover art's, man, it's awesome. It's the total package. And do you have some standout tracks on there for you that you're blown away by on it?
Well, for me, maybe Kill the Code and Never. Impulse, the opening song. I mean, I like all the album. It's like a whole piece for me. It's like almost one song album, little bit. The first few songs are connected and it's going really smooth when you listen it, and it's, I don't know. I try into this kind of album that it's all the things are connected. So when you listen, it's like going really smooth. Even every song is different, but it's like some kind of story,
Sure.
to tell.
Is it hard for you to pick out, with you have such a big catalog, is it hard for you to pick out stuff to play live?
Oh yeah.
Especially your headlining.
Dude, believe it's always...
We have no idea what you're playing tonight, because the tour just started and usually somebody's leaked it, but I haven't seen it, so I don't know what you're playing.
Yeah, there's lots of things to play, and if we have 1 hour set, it takes maybe 10 songs.
Sure.
So it's always fighting. We jam on the practice room, and then it's going to the point that we need to choose that 10 songs, and we are like fighting as fuck with each other, and it takes lots of time, like 2 days maybe, for a few hours, like, dude, this song is not good for this beginning. It's really hard to not even choose the songs, but just make a set list, which songs should be first, which songs should be second, and stuff like that. So yeah, but I think for tonight, for this tour, we have pretty interesting set list. We have we choose 10 songs, which is mixture of old and new stuff. So we have 4 new songs from Anti-Cold, and we have Day 69, Post-Organic, Spheres of Madness, Homosome. So we have there is a pretty good mix, I think, with extreme, with groove, with everything. What is the best with Decapitated?
Is this the first headline tour you guys have done in the States?
No, well, last year we have this headline tour. It was small. We didn't have even. We have only one support. It was make for really fast, because we canceled tour with Sepultura and Soilwork.
I remember.
And then we book for the last call booking tour. But it was cool, and this tour was connected with At the Gates tour, which takes 10 shows. It was huge, and
we attended. It was
so. Anyways, we have good time, and there were people on this show. More than we expect, we didn't know what to expect, because there is not much promotion going on, and we play in different weird places sometimes, but people were there. There was few pretty big shows. There was few small, like not many people show up, but still we play. We didn't give a fuck about that, and
awesome.
and tour was in the end. Tour was like like success actually, for us.
You guys were great last time we saw. I absolutely loved it.
We
unbelievable.
We sometimes we play in the such a bad venues that we came down to the venue, and we like cleaning this. We set up whole venue, like we clean the stage. We do vacuum on this fucking. We take all the tons of trash out from the stage. Like we do new venues, especially for the show.
It's awesome.
So yeah, but it's awesome. We love to do it,
Well, it's seeing you guys headline, because every time I've seen you, I felt like I didn't get to see you long enough. And that's nothing against At the Gates, but last time when we saw, I was like, holy shit. Loved it. It was sick. And I guess the first time I saw you guys, I'm trying to remember what year this would have been, and maybe you can help me with this.
Wow.
The first time I saw you guys, you were supporting Cannibal.
Really? I don't know we ever support them in
Then who the hell was it? Hold on. It was an old death metal band, and it was here.
Incantation? No. It was a long time ago, 2002.
That's it.
Yeah?
It was Incantation.
Wow. Long time ago.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah.
So it's. I mean, I'll tell you another time that my co-host saw you, and he'd kill me if I didn't mention this to you, and he absolutely loved it, was when you guys did Summer Slaughter. And I guess some of the bands, this is when he lived in New York, and I'm telling this the best I can, Corey. If you can hear me, I'm sorry. But anyway, so and I guess some of the bands didn't make it, and then you guys went on, and it was just he absolutely loved it.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely loved it.
Well, there was a few things like that. We are
Organic, I think, is what you always
we talk about the first Summer Slaughter tour,
correct,
right?
Yes.
It was huge these days. We've been direct support on this tour for Necrophagist, and it was amazing. Lots of people.
I think it was them. They didn't show up. Maybe it was. I mean, he's not here for me to ask him, but yeah.
Well, yeah, it was Necrophagist. Yeah. No, what I say?
Somebody didn't show up, and then you all
maybe, yeah.
Something. It was somewhere in up. This was in New York, wherever this was. So
there was so many tours. I don't know, remember, but
he loved it. It's all I know.
But we always trying to show up. You know, even on the tour with Gore, we have this car accident. We crashed the bus, and even it was in New Orleans. And anyways, we did it. We did a show these days. And some of us were in hospital, and they bring back for the show, and we play, and we finished the tour with Ford Explorer, which is regular car. Like 3 weeks over the US. It's like big fucking challenge.
Like a trailer with you?
Yeah, trailer,
wild.
And you know, we sit like fishes in the
right.
So yeah, but as you see right now, we have bandwagon, we have huge trailer, fucking huge. What's this? Fridge. Man, it's
different
much
than the old days.
Different, yeah.
Well, you grow and it grows with you. It's awesome. I mean, as you get where you go back then and everything, and just I don't know. It's got to be wild looking back on it for you. It would have to be. You've had such a. I mean, I love all your records. I really do, and like I said, I started with Negation, but I don't know. And then I went back and bought the first two, and then you go forward, and I don't know, it's fun. It's fun to listen to. And then Anticult, it's just, like I said, it was one of my favorite things that came out so far this year. There's been a lot of good records dropped this year, and Urals is definitely in my top 10 for my list for the end of the year. So it's man, it's sick. I'm just thrilled to get to talk to you about it. Future plans after you finish your U.S. tour? Anything you can talk about?
Okay, so after this tour, we have 3 weeks off. I will spend it with my family for sure every day. My kids.
Awesome.
Because I didn't have much time to spend with them since few months. And after this 3 weeks off, we have European tour with King Parrot and Venom Prison. It will be Europe and UK.
I shared it on the page.
And probably almost 30 shows. So it will be massive for sure. I don't already hear about really good pre-sales tick in Europe, especially in London. So yeah, for sure it will be great tour, great promotion for the Anticult album over the Europe. And after that, I don't know. I can talk about it because it's not confirmed. It's not already.
Yeah, let's don't get you in trouble.
But in January, on the beginning of the 2018. We will be direct support for one of the metal legend. I cannot say right now, but
sure.
I tell you after we finish the interview.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Are you guys going to be playing in the States at all?
No, it will be also Europe.
Nice.
And it will be huge, and it will be also like comeback with a big band. Because last 2 or 3 years we've been doing almost headlining, lots of Polish days, a lot of outside of Poland by tour, but there's a lot of headlining, which is great, but in the other way it's good to be a part of big tours with big names to promote ourselves and just deliver your music for the bigger crowd and have new fans maybe. So yeah, January big tour in Europe as well with big name. It will be probably it's confirmed, and probably it will be we will let everybody know on our Facebook page pretty soon. And after that we have some plans for March still in Europe, a different part of Europe with another huge name.
That's awesome.
And then festivals, and then Polish tour on probably October or October in 2018. So if all those plans will be confirmed for 100%, it looks like we will have all 2018 already booked. So
it's the Anticult.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great, man. That's fantastic. That's exciting. Trying to think. we also do horror stuff on this podcast, and you told me before we started you're a horror fan.
Well, I was always big fan of a horror movies, especially when I was really young. And one of my favorites were always Freddy Krueger series and this Friday 13.
Oh, those are great
things. And what else? There was tons of movies I watching every day, and there was a place that I rented the video tapes, and I was watching this stuff all the time.
Cool.
Silent City, the vampire stuff, and the crazy piranha, or even I don't know. I don't remember these days all those names, but
you remember the first horror movie you saw that you liked?
It was Friday 13th. I was fucking scary, man. I was too young to watching that shit. But
do you play video games at all?
No, not really.
There's a Friday the 13th game out now.
Oh.
And it's online, and they put you in. There's 9 camp counselors, and one person plays as Jason, and you try to get away from it.
Oh, cool. Man.
It's fucking fun.
Yeah, I trying to find time right now for video games. I have this console of Xbox console in my home, but I never use it. I'm just using for a DVD, watching movies.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You ever get to check it out. Anybody plays video games that likes horror movies, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, maybe after all those shows with Auntie Cold.
Play Friday 13th.
After my kids went to the school, I have finally some free time.
You definitely don't want the kids playing that. It's kind of but that's awesome. Do you like the Phantasm movies at all?
Phantasm movies? What kind of?
Like, the one with the sphere and the tall man and.
Yeah, I like this kind.
You remember those though? Do you remember that?
But you talk about movies like.
It's like a horror series, like Friday the 13th, Phantasm.
No, not really.
Dude, you've got to watch those. Those are great. That's what we named our podcast after.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I need to check this out. Maybe we didn't have this in Poland. Is it entitled Fantasy?
I don't know. Do you know if it's? I don't know what it's called. We'll look it up in a minute. I'll look it up and let you know if it's. It may be called something different over there. But what about any of the Italian horror stuff? Did you like Dario Argento or like the Suspiria? And did you ever get to see that? Or,
Italian? This kind of like underground.
Demons and Demons 2 and the Church.
Oh no, not really, man.
Oh man, I'll make you a list of stuff you like.
Yeah, please.
Phenomena, Tenebrae.
Yeah, those are all Dario Argento.
Yeah, probably maybe some.
His stuff's kind of artsy, but it's gory. It's not like a slasher, so
yeah.
It's still pretty cool.
Yeah, my guitar tech back in Poland, he's like this kind of crazy guy. He always brings crazy stuff. It's always different translating in
It
Poland.
is. Well, see, you probably have those, and they're probably called something crazy.
You know how it works.
Sure.
Like they can translate it, I don't know, House of Ghost. They would translate like a bottle of water or something like that.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're totally right. It's like a friend of mine was telling me recently, Army of Darkness, the Evil Dead movies or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess Army of Darkness in Japan is called like Shop Clerk Man or something like that. It's called something crazy. Yeah. That's not what it is. It's called something cooler than that. But it sounds crazy. It's not called Army of Darkness. It's called something else. But so it's pretty awesome. Well, Anticult, man, I tell you, I love it. This has been an absolute honor to sit and talk with you about this. I'm a huge fan. I love your catalog. I can't thank you enough for doing this. And I know our fans are going to shit when they get to hear this interview because I've been plugging it. I'm going to have the opportunity to talk with you. And you guys are on tour here. The tour just started. And go check you guys out here in the States.
Exactly. Thank you very much, man. Thanks for support. Coming out. I know you come from Florida.
I did, yeah.
This tour, unfortunately, doesn't, show in Florida. But maybe next time. I think we have some plans to come back pretty soon to US.
Awesome.
Maybe in May even.
Cool.
This year. So.
Well, yeah, we'll have to look.
What I can say, greetings for all people that will listen that, and thank you again for support. I hope you will like Anticult album. If you like extreme metal, check this out. You will be not disappointed, I think. And I love US. I've been touring here many times. I have lots of friends here. We always love to party after the show, smoke weed, drink some booze, and do shots every day. So if you wanna catch us out on tour, check the dates, and we'll be there for you.
That's amazing. Vogg, I can't thank you enough for this. And
Hi, this is Vogg from Decapitated, and you guys listen Dr. Vincent West from the FANTASM Podcast.